Hello, beautiful people. How are we doing today? My camera broke today, so I hope the quality's okay. How are we? My old camera's been on its last legs. It's a Sony Alpha 6100? Yeah, 6100. It's been on its last legs. This is what I use. I'm actually pointing at another one of these. I bought a replacement one a month ago because this camera stopped working, and then randomly I plugged it in and it started working. Today was the day I had to unplug it for power cycling reasons, and it wouldn't turn back on. So RIP old camera, hello new camera. The settings I've not properly copied over, but hopefully it looks okay. I mean, ideally you guys go, well, Jack, I didn't notice anything was different, because that means that the settings are all fine. But if anything is a bit off, that is probably why. So F's in the chat for the camera, gone but not forgotten. Chat, we're here. It's Norwich. There is a new patch for Football Manager that just released. It just released. I'm going to go through the patch notes. I figured that would be a good starting point for the stream today. I have updated my game. I have not seen what's included in the patch notes. So I thought we could go through them together and kind of see what the shtick is. I will say that based on some of the stuff that I heard was coming in this update, I haven't done the transfer special yet with Lewis for Park to Prem, which obviously that goes out at midday tomorrow. So my plan, chat, today, and this could be foolish, my plan today is to stream for a couple of hours, wrap up before midnight, and then I'm going to be up late recording tomorrow's Park to Prem episode. That's the plan of attack. We'll see how it goes. Jono, I'm glad that the video was able to help you out. Yeah, I'm probably not sleeping tonight, but that's okay. We don't mind that. Shall we have a look at the thingamadoodle, at the patch notes? I know what I'm doing. Are you ready, chat? Warning, flashbang. I don't know how to get the dark mode version of the forums. Someone please let me know. How long does episodes take to record and edit? Depends. Part to Prem transfer specials take longer. It might be a two-parter. We'll have to wait and see. Hey, chat, download your regen facepack mod, which you suggested in one of your videos. It went fine, but then for some reason, whenever I play a game, my game would crash. No idea. When you remove the mod, does it fix it? That would be my suggestion. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh, chat, I hope it's good. I hope the game is just fixed with these patch notes. Does anyone know how to get the dark mode on the forums? I'll look into it another day. Today's not the time to look at it. For this patch, you do still need the Steam beta track. So, chat, if you're on Steam, honestly, at this point, I think it's safe to assume that the Steam beta track will always get the updates before all other platforms. So it's probably just in your interest to be kind of opted into the beta forever. I think at this point, that is what I would probably suggest. Right, chat, why is my activity feed on Twitch not loading? If anyone subs or stuff, I'm sorry, the activity feed is just not working today. But that's good. I'll try and figure that out after this. Dark mode is an icon at the end of the page. Dark mode? This man forums. Right, chat, shall we have a look? I hope there's some good shit in here. Pardon my French, but we need good shit in these updates. So shout out to Kyle on the front lines. I can't imagine being a forum moderator for Sports Interactive at the moment. Must be hell. This update contains 200 plus fixes communicated 2 days ago. So there's some additional tweaks and changes to be brought forward while the knock-on issue is being reported. So for people who don't know, this patch was meant to come out yesterday. Got delayed. Obviously, it's coming out quite late today as well, isn't it? Activity feed doesn't work for me either. Oh, okay. I guess it's just broken. That's concerning. Oh, well, I hope it fixes itself. Daily, thank you for the sub with the Prime. Does anyone know which of the community mods are working with this beta release? I'm not being funny. The patch came out literally 5 minutes ago. I don't think anyone knows yet, I'm afraid to say. Right, what have we got? Further extensive polish and refinement done to the UI. Does anyone else wish that with these kind of things, they just say, we've polished and refined it? Can they just show us the examples? I don't care if it's just like they've realigned the names, like when there's two teams side by side. Like, just be nice to know. I'm assuming there's some cool stuff in there. Then we got stability fixes, halftime freezes for online games. I know network games have a load of issues. I've not even tried a network game this year, so I don't know how bad that issue was. And it looks like there's actually quite a lot of these online stuff bits. Improvements made to in-game translation, softlock whilst trying to view a pass match. Did anyone else have that issue? Did anyone that for YouTubers? That was such a a fucking ball ache. The stream's not sponsored anymore, so I can swear. Chat again. Like it would happen a lot. You'd go watch a past game, and like just click on a goal to watch, and it would just get stuck loading, and it wouldn't happen all the time. It was like really inconsistent, so that's good. Fixed issue preventing user from accessing / making changes. I mean, I don't touch the youth team training calendar, but that sounds good. Does that mean it was a bug? Sorry, are you telling me? Sorry, I'm going in game for a second. Are they trying to tell me this is a bug? Ahmad, thank you for the super chat, dude. We are so back. Thank you for the hype. Right, so for people who don't know, there was basically on this panel here, right, this is your senior team training, this is your youth team, and then this is your other youth team, but it's not like labelled. But when you click in, like this is the senior team. If you go one over, this is the under 21s. But it used to be that if you clicked on this, it went to the senior team calendar. So is this now the youth team? Yeah, this is now going to the youth team calendar. Wait, so you're trying to, sorry chat, pardon my French. Are they seriously suggesting that this was just a bug, like an oversight, and they just had... YouTube, are we here? Twitch has died. I can see all the Fs, which is always a good sign. SI broke the internet. We're back! Hello, we're back! We're back. Hello, sorry. The SI crashed the internet. I was having too much of a breakdown regarding this bloody youth team calendar. Chat, that's insane to me. So that was just a bug. Did anyone else just assume it was a bug? Not a bug, a design choice to remove the youth training? It's the swearing, probably true. Probably true. Someone did sub, but because my activity feed isn't working, I don't know who that person was. And I'm really sorry. Does the activity feed work if I pop it out? No. My activity feed is just not loading in OBS. I'll try and get that on my second monitor, chat. I'm really sorry if anyone subs and stuff. So it just didn't link. Added preference option to pick their desired FPS. Oh, that's good. Because I was locked to 60 FPS and I have a 165 Hz monitor, and that is very annoying. Holy shit, chat. We're back. Add a button to view match stats, match momentum, next G story during highlights next gen. It's the next. We've almost got to the level of FM24 now. I'll tell you what, if I scroll further down, they've added back in shouts. Oh my word. Not going to happen today. Maybe one day. Tweaks made to general screen flow. Again, can we have some examples? I know they're probably putting in quite a few changes, but just examples of what to look out for. Because some of these, there's some stuff that I feel like I won't notice has changed. Preference added to adjust the quality of the crowd. Does that mean I can have the crowd at a higher quality and they'll actually wear the kits now, or is that still like a technical impossibility? Coefficient fixes. I saw some talk about this. Looks like it's save game compatible, so you don't need to start a new save game for these bits, which is really good. Improved logic behind youth player demands. Improved logic behind player wage demands in the lower leagues. Now, do you want to know something, chat? I've not recorded tomorrow's Park to Prem because of this. Because of these. Because I heard this was coming. So that's why when you watch tomorrow's Park to Prem and you think, God, it looks like he was recording it at midnight. I probably was. It probably was because I was up that late. Fixed issue where player condition would always display in full. That was during matches at the bottom, I think. It would show the incorrect condition. Tweet frequency of chat. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. During my beta save, I was gaslit for suggesting it rains in every game of my Manchester United Let's Play. I wasn't insane. I wasn't insane. Oh my word. I genuinely thought I was just going insane because I was complaining about it in videos. It's going to rain more. Yeah, I've tweaked it to rain more. I wasn't insane. I actually wasn't insane. That's mad. How much was it raining too much? I need to ask my contacts at SI. I need to know. Snow will now appear outside the stadiums and not just on the pitch. Next gen. Fix the crash when continuing with a club from the UAE in advanced setup. Shout out to the one person who encountered that issue and got it fixed. Loaded tactic in a match now functions. Not as intended. Sorry. No, we don't need the as intended. It just functions. It didn't fucking work before. Let's not pretend it like, oh, it didn't quite work. It didn't fucking work. We don't need any of this as intended bullshit. It just didn't work. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm losing my mind. This is great. Fixed an issue preventing assigning shirt numbers. Fixed an issue with a home icon would always display. Data hub last match summary will now display data from the correct match. Excellent. Chat, is that the first update to the data hub? That might well be it. Fix place of birth functionality. Click and apply when which attributes on the player section will now take you back to the correct landing page. Amen to that. Great fix. That annoyed me. All the subs and teams listed as sub 1. Fix an issue where the league and trophy image would display regardless of the competition. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fixed an issue with a prize money portal message would incorrectly state the user had drawn. Again, some of these I'm just like, are great fixes. I'm not sure these need to be listed. Added recruitment budgets to the financial summary. Good. Does that mean that we'll be able to see our transfer revenue? Because at the moment, in the old version of the game, to see percentage of transfer revenue, like you had to click into an extra bit. I can't believe it. They're actually fixing stuff. Fixed a user issue allowing a user to create a recruitment focus for a women's competition despite managing a men's team. Oh, chat. Light a candle. If you got a candle, light it home. I've not got a candle. I've got one of the. This will do. Just hold it up. Moment of silence. The Saudi clubs will no longer be bailing out our team. Fix functionality when making a survivor drop down in the in-match tactics planner. No one uses that. Highlights should now be in sync for users of online takeovers. Good. More network game fixes, please. Yeah, if you've got an Allen wrench at home, please raise your Allen wrench in just a moment of silence. Passing risk player instruction will now display correctly and to take more risks as a midfield playmaker. Fixed issue where sub-goalie would appear in an outdoor kit. Doesn't need fixing that. Keep those bugs in there. Fun. Fixed issues allowing ineligible players to be registered. I would love to know what that was. Team leader meeting where the player... I mean, a lot of these fixes are just like nice, but I've not noticed them. And they seem kind of minor compared to the biggest ones. This is a great fix, by the way. Assuming the fix. So we talked about this on stream. A lot of the top end teams didn't really seem to sign or sell players. Like they ended up with very similar teams to the ones they started with. So I assume that is to fix that. Players will now more appropriately decline contract negotiations up front if there's a large discrepancy. Good. Fix the financial graph would always display in US dollars. Fair enough. Club finances will now display the correct data. Good. Opposition instructions for subs now work. That's good. I mean, a lot of these, right, are just like minor fixes where I'm just like, good. First team players will no longer wear a substitute bid during the pre-match team warm-up or team talk. Game's gone. Game has gone. To fix how a player's current reputation is processed following a match. Wonder what that's for. I remember seeing something where people were theorising that one of the reasons you saw some crazy wage demands was because players' reputations were getting really big, like bigger than they should be. I wonder if that is to address that, if it was to do with reputation going up too much after matches. If you want to download the update, chat, you've got to opt into the Steam beta branch. The player comparison polygon's been fixed. The game is back, everyone. And then in-game editor shit that we don't care about. I mean, that seems quite good. Like, the fact that for the people who love the calendar for doing their training, the fact you can now actually do your youth team's trainings from these tabs is, like, great. I still won't touch this screen because the functionality on it is fucking dreadful. But it's a start. It's a start. There was a preference to do with FPS, wasn't there, chat? And also a new crowd setting. My device's graphics capacity is full, or capability. I'm sure the capacity's full as well. Match day. Where's the crowd setting, chat? Can I go higher than high? Or is high just the highest for everything? I think it is just high. I was already on the highest, wasn't I? Right, back to high. Although when I have high, it then locks in the FPS. So do I... If I do automatic, is that going to go to 165 FPS? Because that is my monitor's refresh rate. Does anyone know? I assume that's what it does. We'll find out together. You can choose very high for the textures if on custom. Hold the phone. Texture quality. Can you? I can't. Game's gone. Can you do a vid on how to install the updates? Chat, the updates are really, really easy on Steam. Really, really easy. All you need to do, and this is only for Steam right now. If you're not on Steam, I'm sorry, you can't opt into the beta right now, which I fully agree is shite. So if you're on Steam, all you need to do is right-click on your game in your library, go to Properties, then you go to the Betas tab, the Betas option, and then here there'll be a drop-down for the public beta. That is all you need to do. You click on that, it'll download an update to the game, and Bob's your uncle. Can we talk to players about playing time? Fantastic bloody question, isn't it? Shall we see if they fix that button? Was it under Dynamics, chat? Where was that button? Can anyone remember? Was it on the happiness screen? Actions. No, that's not the thing we wanted, is it? People were suggesting that, but they fixed the button. That button's been fixed, so that's good. But, I mean, the changes seem good. I'm not noticing anything that different, but I'm not sure what I'd be expecting. Where is the fan setting? The fan setting is in Preferences, Match Day, and then Crowd Quality. I wonder if that's to help people on really low-end machines run the game. I'm hoping that puts the crowd, like, brings back crowd banners and the crowd wearing the kits of the teams that you're managing. Hi, mate. What PC do you have? It's a custom build, Kieran. The specs should be below the stream if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, they're below the stream on Twitch. I'm sorry that's not very helpful if you're on YouTube, but I just can't remember them off the top of my head. They have faces now. That'll be good, won't it? I mean, the fixes seem quite good. No match engine changes, though. You must restart your game after changing the FPS. Do you actually have to check? Okay, bear with me, chat. Bear with me. We'll save the game. I've put it on automatic, which I assume will mean that the FPS matches my refresh rate of 165. I guess we'll find out, won't we? I'm surprised the frame rate options, were they just 25, 30 and 60, chat? And then automatic? Or I'm not actually sure. Hey, Jack. Enjoying the latest episode of Park to Prem. Shout out Angish Basher. Who's been watching Park to Prem? If you haven't, go watch it after the stream. I was mentioning at the start of today's stream. Chat, I've not yet recorded the transfer special yet. Guess who's got a late night after the stream tonight? I was waiting for this patch to drop all day because there's some contract fixes for lower league save games that I needed in for the summer transfer special, and they've only just arrived, so that's good. Right. Did anyone have an FPS option above 60, or was automatic just like the same for you guys too? Maybe the preferences are different here. I doubt it, but just to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I'm on a 165 hertz refresh rate monitor. So I assume now by being on automatic, actually I can tell already, chat, the FPS is higher. The map, oh chat, it is higher. The easiest way to know if you're on a high refresh rate monitor is to do circles with your mouse. Do it on a low refresh rate monitor and a high one. And the number of cursors you'll see. I know it sounds stupid, genuinely. If you have two monitors at home and one's a high refresh rate and one's a low one, just do circles with your mouse on each. It's very satisfying, the difference. Is the game worth buying? I played the demo and I'm not really impressed. If you played the demo and it wasn't for you, I'd probably suggest it's not going to be for you when you buy it. Coefficients have been fixed, Anna. You'll be pleased to know. Did we get enough likes for the Parts Prem weekend upload? We did. Also, chat, we've got another video dropping this weekend. I showed the trailer of it like earlier this week. I had sign off from a sponsor on that video, so it's definitely going out. Do you want to see the intro for it? It's a bit. Not everyone saw the intro for this new video. It's a multi-part series. It is longer videos, but at weekends, and it's a rebuildy kind of thing. So if you love those kind of videos where it's loads of seasons in a single video, it'll be for you. But it will be happening this weekend. It's a save game in Egypt. I'll let you watch the video now. You can have a look and tell me what you think. There's some spelling errors which have been fixed. In fact, there's one that's been fixed. But yeah, this video will be dropping at the weekend, and we've got Parks of Prem this weekend as well. Yeah, enjoy. Introducing Ismaili SC, one of Egypt's oldest clubs, founded in 1921. A team with real history, Egyptian 3-times league winners, and the honour of being the first Egyptian club to ever win the African Champions League back in 1969. Fast forward to FM26 and Ismaili are fighting for survival. A thin squad, a relegation battle, and a transfer embargo until 2027. I have 3 objectives for this rebuild. Build a squad with at least half the first team homegrown at club, win the Egyptian Premier League, and bring Ismaili their second African Champions League. And with the quality of the youth intakes this team produces, I think that this squad could be something special. We're diving into one of the newest leagues to play in Football Manager. Let's see how we get on. Banner! I don't know, I'm doing jazz hands. That really doesn't add to the quality. But yeah, so that's happening at the weekend. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, it's going to be very, very fun. It's 4 seasons in the first video, and the first video's 52 minutes long. So it is like a, you know, it's a get the popcorn on the weekend, and then if you need to catch up during the week, if you don't have time for it. But we've got that going on. And there's a Park to Prem weekend upload as well this week. So there's loads going on. Should be fun. Oh yeah, chat has player comparison been fixed. If they fix the polygon, I'm going to cry happy tears. Chat, this is genuinely one of the best fixes. I don't know about anyone else. I find like this comparison screen, especially because of the annoying scroll, like, and the way it's like split up, I find this less useful to compare players now versus just a raw polygon. Someone said compare goalies. Have they only fixed half of it, chat? Is that what you're trying to tell me here? Chat, it shows the positions after their names. Chat, they've added it. Do you know what? It's not perfect because I would really like to see recently viewed players in the list. And also, for some reason, this bit here is flipped. Does anyone know, chat? In-game, right, goalies are always shown on the left and strikers are always shown on the right. Okay, that's like a global rule of Football Manager. But for some reason, on the comparison screen, it's flipped. Can someone let them know? I would report it, but I feel like the amount of bugs I complain about, they just think I'm being a pedantic prick, to be honest. But that is a bit annoying, isn't it? Literally unplayable. I mean, at least they fixed one part of the screen, right? It's quite good. You know what? Quite good. So I've added some Dogsy chefs in the new update. Press continue twice, and 3 players have got food poisoning. Can you imagine if that was a thing? There used to be a thing, chat, where if you played a cracked version of Football Manager, the game would basically sabotage itself. Like, you get loads of players getting injured, or like weird stuff would happen. I don't think that's a thing anymore now that De Novo's in the game, but back when I worked on Football Manager in like 2015, I had to check to make sure those things didn't appear if you had a legitimate version of the game, and if you had an illegitimate version of the game, they would happen. There was like a checklist of, I think, 5 to 10 things, and they were quite funny things. Like, one of them was every player in the world would just get released in January, like in year 2. But I don't think that stuff is in the game anymore. Chat, have they changed something on this screen here? I feel like they've made the columns bigger and the rows quicker. Thicker, not quicker. Chat, they've made the rows... Why have they done that? Chat, why have they done that? Now I can see way fewer players in the list. Lads... Why? That's not good. That's not... I don't like that. That's a really bad change. Why are the... So now I can only see 16 players on this screen. So I can't see the bottom 4 subs. Which is annoying because I was already annoyed on this screen that I couldn't see beyond the top 4. Why have they done that? Why have they done... Why have they done that? I mean... Not even, the thing is, going to small text size doesn't change it either. Because the way the scaling works in-game, it's just smaller text with the same gaps. Why have they done... that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Chat, is it bad if I just report this now and complain where I have a direct line of communication and complain about it? Please tell me I'm not the only other person who thinks that's... like, what the fuck are we doing? Am I being... I don't want to... The thing is, I don't want to complain about stuff if it's like me being a little bitch. But I'm going to get a video up of today's video and we can look at it like side by side because I'm curious. Also, you know, promotion for Part to Prem as well if we do that. So chat, this is what it used to look like. So you can see it now, and then this is what it used to look like. What have they changed? Have they just made...
Introducing
we don't need the video. We don't need the video. Have they made it bigger, or is it just the rules at the bottom? No, they have made the spacing bigger, right? They've definitely made the rows. What are we doing? There's been a universal complaint that you're not letting people have enough information on the screen. I mean, do I complain? I feel like I should complain about that, but is that just me being a baby? It's definitely just me being a baby, but at the same time, what are we doing? It's one of those things where it should probably just be an option. It was 19 players per row before. What are we doing? Like, stuff like this, why is it not a preference? Because now I can't see, like, I can't see my first team and bench on one screen anywhere. It's one of those ones where I kind of get why someone might think it looks better, because I'll admit, it looks tidier, but it's less information on my screen at once. If you select a view called selection, it goes back to how it was before. So wait, do I have to remake my view? Is that what we're saying? Or is there a column that I've added that's making the gaps bigger? Chat, what is on selection? They've added in a new morale thing. That is new. They've added... Is it the morale? Have they changed the morale column and that's what's broken it? That's my theory. No, that's not fixed it. Now we've just lost morale. Chat, are we recreating the view here now? I mean, this looks good. I'm so sorry. Chat, people who tuned in to watch me play the games, that very sorry. Very, very, very sorry. You're in the wrong place. The worst thing is we're going to be going back and forth trying to work out what's meant to go where, aren't we? In fact, I can have the video that I had open before, chat, on my other screen. Chat, which do you think looks better? Like this? Or this? This just feels so big and spaced out. There's so much less information on screen. I think it's the kind of thing where it should just be an option. I think it falls into that bracket of why not have an option? See, I think the new one looks tidier, chat, but the fact that you can only see 15 players at once, like, makes no sense to me. Also, I've managed to break my Google Chrome, so I'm having a great day today. I'm getting up, chat, a video of me from before so I can recreate my view. Change the zoom. The zoom doesn't change anything. I wish the zoom changed stuff, everyone. My sweet summer child. Thinking that zoom will fix anything in this game. I got tragic news here. The zoom doesn't even exist. It's just font size this year. And it doesn't actually change anything. Right, chat, I've got on my second screen now my view, so we can just remake it quickly. And I'm sorry to the people who thought the other one did look better. I'm trying to work out why it didn't look right. And I'm not really sure. I like to have morale. Also, they've changed morale. Morale did not used to be icons only, and that's good, because it wasn't an option before. Where's stats? I need form for last 5 games. Chat, where is form? Does anyone miss? There used to be that screen, didn't there, where you had like the 2 columns of stuff you're using and stuff you're not using, and you could like flick between them. Is it the wage chat? Are you telling me it's the wage column makes it thicker? Oh, okay, it's the wage column. Well, I've already committed now to doing the other one, haven't I? So let's go. So the wage column is the one that's breaking it. Note that down. That makes me question, is it an intentional design decision or is it a bug? For everyone who was saying it looked better, does that mean the bug made it look better? I don't even know. What's popped up in the chat? Just tuning in because I can hear lots of complaining. Sorry, babe. Sorry. It's not... form's already here, isn't it? Bloody hell. I'm blind as a bat. Oh, Cams has redeemed a time walkout from the chat. Get her gum. Get her gum. Mods, deal with it. You know what the biggest downgrade is this year, chat? The form thing. Like having a number value for the last 5 games, like for player form, like here, is like almost necessary. Like, maybe I'm mental. Walls is literally writing what I'm complaining about here. Maybe I'm mental. What can you actually gather from these bars? Like, chat, if I show you these bars, right, could you tell me who's got the highest average rating in the last 5 games? Like, genuinely. Because I don't think you can. I would love to sit down with the developer who came up with this and then have them try and rank these based on form. Is Ryan... To be fair, it probably is Ryan, because he is actually very good. Is it Ryan? Do we reckon Ryan's got the best? Probably. Chat, what's Ryan's last 5 game rating? 7.68. Can anyone beat it? This is the bit where you've done me here, chat, because Ryan is comfortably ahead. Oh! Bungard is close despite only having 3 yellows. I mean, Amoko's also close. This is why it's useless. Xerxes close as well. Oh, you know what? Ugalde has more, chat. There you go. Sorry, I'm being very vulgar today. That's what a patch does to me. That's right, chat. Patches make me vulgar. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand. I'd almost rather just have the numbered instead of the bars if it's one or the other. All right, appearances. Do I keep sharpness in? I don't mind sharpness being visible. But then, the thing is, chat, you can't make sharpness that small. So it uses way more space than it needs to. I think we get rid of sharpness, because I have it on the tactics screen anyway. Jack, what did you do work-wise before you were a full-time streamer? I worked in video game development. I worked in marketing, but primarily as a cinematic artist. Before that, I did a lot of art for branding, and before that, I worked as a tester on Football Manager. If you need anyone, Miles, if you need anyone, just call me. You will have to pay me more than you used to for the pleasure. Sheeny, mate, thank you for the 40-month sub, and also Lord Edmund. Thank you very much for becoming a first-team regular channel member. Appreciate you both, guys. I will say, if I miss any alerts today, I'm very sorry. My alerts thing is broken. I have a feed where it normally shows everything that's happened of significance doesn't show up today. So I've got to try and keep on top of it. Okay, so we go morale, form, condition. I don't really need playing time happiness, not on this screen. Have they somehow broken this to be how it used to be? Insert column, transfer value. It's vanished, chat. It's vanished. Insert contract, general, contract you don't know what's happened, chat. You... Don't add expiry date. Don't add expiry date if you're watching at home. Oh, no, the game has crashed. Oh, excellent. Now you can just see that instead. Cool. It's a beta, chat. It's a beta. It's a beta. I don't know why that window is now being defaulted to. If I turn it off and on? No, you could just... Chat, enjoy that window. Apparently that's what Steam wants you to watch. Oh, there we go. It fixed itself. Pogo, thank you for the Prime. That does cheer me up. Chat, does that mean I have to redo the view if I want to do the view again? I don't have the mental capacity to do that again. I don't. I can't. I'm tired, Robbie. I'm tired. We'll just remove... The thing is, I kind of need the wages there. So the wage column makes it all thicker, chat, and adding in the contract expiry date column crashes it. Should we see if that breaks it again, just so I can report that as an issue? If I need to. You know what? We'll do just to be safe. I've gone to this screen so you can enjoy the comic relief. Oh, chat, it remembered some of the... No, it hasn't remembered the view here, has it? Let's remove this column and then insert column. Contract, general. I'll tell you what, chat, I bloody love. Is that... Okay, that's worked now. So it doesn't replicate. What if I put in... Doesn't replicate. Excellent. These are the favourite bugs when I worked in QA. I wish I worked on the TV show QI. That'd be great. What about if I do it again? No, doesn't crash anymore. Excellent. Cool game. Cool game. Oh, chat, has this shuffled my view around or am I going crazy? This is my normal view, but we've had to remove the wages because it makes the columns thicker. By the way, chat, can we just discuss that? Can we just discuss this, right? I want to insert a column of the wages. Let's enjoy how I have to navigate the drop downs here. You ready? We're gonna go right. We're gonna go left. We're gonna go right. We're gonna go left. That is insane. Just have it go all the way to the left. It shouldn't be doing the cha-cha slide left and right on every drop down. Yeah, okay, so the wage column is the one that for some reason makes it all thick. Is there like an alternative wage column that I can add in? Wage after tax? No, that also breaks it. Chat, I'll be honest, I don't know if you can tell, I quite enjoy this part of working in like video games when I used to do it. I mean, we could put wage contribution in, but that doesn't help. I guess I'll reinsert the column because the column for form because it bothers me otherwise. I still don't really understand how that last crash occurred. I think I somehow was able to insert the contract expiry column even though it was already there. Is it the pound symbol? Probably. But then the pound symbol exists for the transfer value and it's fine. Chat, where's the last 5 games from? We are going to play some Football Manager. I'm very sorry. We've reviewed the patch and had a crash out. Chat, where's the form? Am I blind? Like, where is form? There used to be that great bit, wasn't there, called Manage Views that they got rid of. Can anyone remember Manage Views? Like, you could then look at all these options in a single screen and it was great. Is it just called Last 5 Games? Is that what it's under? Apologies, chat. You guys are all geniuses. Oh, right. Chat, thank you for the tech support. I'm just an old man. Wait, the morale column, right? The morale column looked quite good with the new one. Where's it going to be? The happiness? Morale? See, that's the written out version of morale, chat. How do we get in this morale column? How do I get this column? What is that one? It's just called more. I also know the condition one I think is different as well. Insert column. More. Is there just a column labeled more? No. Can you not add nationality as a column? No, it's just you. Nationality works. Does this, chat, why does this not collapse down to just show the FA badges? Under general. Wait, is there another morale under general? Oh, no, you're talking to the person who asked about nationality. The names in game are also huge now. Oh, let's get to a game, shall we? Oh, right. You know what, chat? We've got to remind ourselves it's a beta. For FM 27. Right, for people who are new around here, by the way, welcome to the streams. We're a Norwich manager. We're currently 3rd in the Premier League in our first season. We need to finish the season before they fix the match engine and make it so I can't win these games. That's what we need. I'm excited to see the match stats during highlights, chat. Seeing the news about the F1 game not getting a game next year. Yeah, I did see that. FM 27 will be good. I believe, chat. I believe. Is Gabriel Mech worth a punt? This guy has mad potential in game. I've never seen him hit it, but he's actually developed quite nicely in his youngest years here. Although he's about to be 19. He's still got to improve quite a lot. How long into playing on the new patch, chat, did we find a crash? How's Danny Radcliffe doing? Oh, chat, look at Danny. Look at Danny. Oh, boy. Tremonti wants to discuss the matches he's playing. Right. Am I going to have to sell Tremonti? I might have to. I don't really want to this year. But if the right offer's there, we'll take it. Did I misremember, or did SI say the next patch is match engine related? I think they have hinted that there will be some changes to the match engine coming in it. Happy with the patch. I've only had one crash and it's broken my view. But besides that, game of the year. I actually think they've injected scripting in this version like FIFA did in the past. That is, you know what? No. I'll be honest, chat. I'll see people discuss scripting in Football Manager. Well, I have done for many decades at this point. I don't think it's a thing. Oh, Popov's leaving. Can we, chat, if you've got an Allen wrench at home, can you just hold it up? Hold up your Allen wrench if you've got it to Popov. I don't know. We don't have candles in this house. I'm not allowed near flames, so I have Allen wrenches. Or Allen keys. Not Allen wrenches. Am I staying up for the Ashes tonight? It starts at 2:30, right? I might be, because I need to record tomorrow's transfer special for Park to Prem, and I've just drank a coffee. Yeah, chat, if you were hoping for a super late night stream, I'm afraid it's not happening, because I've got to get tomorrow's YouTube video out as well. Just showing how much did Vuskovic cost. We got him for 15 million, which I think is a crazy bargain. 15 million forced to move out from Spurs. So we were like, yes, please, come here. That's actually how it went down. Are we going to get Champions League in our first season in the Prem? I mean, I don't want to say it too loudly, chat. Could we win the league? Could we win the league? We've beaten Liverpool and Man City this season. Collins' loan has finished. What do you mean? Oh, because we're buying him. I forgot about that. Sorry. I'm confused. Collins' loan has finished. Collins was recalled by Frankfurt as they want to sell him to a different club. Collins is set to join Norwich. I thought if you sign a player that's already on loan at you, they don't join until the end. I'm not going to question it. I think the bug there is that I had an option to buy him at 40 million, and then they lowered their asking price to 10 million, so we bought him. But for some reason, because it wasn't the amount that was agreed in the loan, it recalled him from the loan in order for him to sign for us. I mean, that, to be fair, is one of those little bugs where I kind of look at it and go, fair enough. I can kind of see how that happens. Oh, groin strain for Wiedrego. We don't like that. I'll tell you what, Collins for 10 mil, bargain. That is, we love bargains like that. I've got Collins and Vuskovic. Oh, Collins has been removed from the team now and he's not registered. We got them for 25 million combined this window. Yes, please. I have to say, chat, as much as I have been a bit sassy on this stream, which, let's be honest, I'm a streamer. It's dialed to 11. It's a little bit performative, I'll be honest. I'll admit it. I probably wouldn't be sat on my own reacting as I am to the crashes and other stuff happening. I actually am really enjoying this game. Like, I've been loving Park to Prem this week, and this save game, obviously, we streamed it on Sunday, and I've just been a bit busy with a new series to start the week. Like, I know I'm not meant to say this. The game's quite fun despite all its flaws. Like, if it wasn't fun, I probably wouldn't be like, let's sneak in a crafty 2.5 hour stream before I record a video till 3 AM. Do you know what I mean? Your front three looks like it's gone wonky. The combined view's just not very good for it. We call it I was going to say we call it the rotating triangle. I'm giving it that name now. It's the rotating triangle. Xerxes drops in at cam when we don't have the ball. It just gives us a bit of fluidity. Sim 20 years and see how bad the realism is. I've done that and I don't think it's that bad. I've done Sims Forward and it's fine. Stay on FM26 or go back to FM24? I would stay on 26. I've played 8,000 hours of 24. I've had my fun. Right, Drea goes out for a couple of weeks. We don't like that. Tremonti's been complaining about lack of first-team football. I can't bring him into the team. That would be admitting that I'm wrong. Or bring Guagua onto the bench. Maybe I shouldn't. Do you wonder if I want to rotate things at all for fitness? I mean, Leeds we should beat with a rotated team. Tell you what, I'm going to bring Miller in. And I'm going to bring Uma in at centre mid. And you know what? Durasin me. Give him a game. Wonder Kids left to rot in the reserves en masse. That's not what's happening yesterday was better. I've done Sims into the future. Some Wonder Kids don't develop in some FM saves games. I actually hate the old FMs where every single player with potential would hit their potential in their early 20s. Like, it's not... You're really exaggerating when you say it's all Wonder Kids. I'm not going to say it's flawless because the AI is always a bit shite in FM in different areas. But I'd rather have a game where certain Wonder Kids don't make it year on year and there's a bit more not random as to who the best players are 10 years into a save game versus it just always being the same recurring 25 players who always develop no matter what. Oh, God, chat, why are the names so big? What are they doing? Oh, it's raining as well, chat. Did they turn the frequency up? 18% possession. This is our football. No match stats during highlights, right, chat? How would I get match stats during a highlight? They said they added it in, but it's not here. Maybe there's an invisible button, chat. We'll click everywhere on the screen and there'll be an invisible button that shows the match stats. That's how my game dev brain works, even though it's definitely not what's happening here. Oh, God, chat. Can they give us a hotfix to this patch that fixes the name sizes? Oh, they removed it from the post, did they? Chat, we saw it. It was there. I wonder if that's the thing that was delaying them putting out the update yesterday and they still couldn't get it working. What FPS am I getting? Chat, how do I get the in-game FPS counter up? There is a... I'm pretty sure there's a Unity shortcut that involves one of the function keys. It's like toggle performance details. Let me Google it. Unity F key game performance toggle. Durasymphony. That's why we played him. Let me see if I can think of the shortcut. I can't think what the... I can't... Control left. Chat, do I want to mess around pressing F keys? That would be risky, wouldn't it? I can't remember what the key is now. I think it involves shift, but I'm not sure why. I'm looking through where I think I wrote to someone saying what it was. Oh, I think it is Control F10. Oh, chat, it's behind my head. I'm getting uncapped FPS of 60. Can I move my head? Do we have that technology? That's there you go, chat. We're getting 86 FPS on a... Did I just break the strip? YouTube, are you here? YouTube, are you here? YouTube? Are we back? We're back! We're back! It's fine. I think my FPS is capped at 90. No, it's got up to 104 there. Chat, I now don't know how to hide it. I thought it was Control 11. Oh, it is. Yeah, chat, Control F10 and Control F11 toggle different performance stats for the game. Hopefully that didn't crash the stream. Oh, by the way, YouTube, can you let the people on Twitch know that if they press F5 and reload the stream, they'll be back? I will say, chat, I think that was complete coincidence that my internet went down. What is it? Was keeper? Goalie? Goalie? Why are the names so big? Can we get a hot fix for the names? I don't want to be a baby, but it boggles my mind how that got in the match engine. Get it? Because Bogle put it in. It was impeccable timing. You like the bigger names, mental. Make it a preference in settings. The names look clean. Chat. I realise based on what people say that what I want is different to what other people want. It looks good on lower res screens. Great. I'm on a 4K monitor and it looks mental. Can I toggle off the names? Genuinely, I'm at the point now where I kind of want the names off. I don't think I can. You used to be able to turn them off, I'm pretty sure. Oh, my word. Woken, thank you for the prime. I appreciate you a lot. Can we discuss, chat? Best thing in this game is the HD diggers in the corners. I've noticed both corners at Ellen Road are getting done at the moment. Look at the HD diggers. Look at that. The rain still doesn't pause, neither does the crowd. Does the crowd look higher quality now? I think the crowd are wearing more variety of clothes, or am I going crazy? I don't know, these fans don't look as good in the Norwich kits. I feel like their kits look... The crowd looks better with the new settings. I'm going to take off Uma. Early change. Uma off. Kisselyak on. Xerxes been poor. Oh, is it time to bring in Guagua? Is it time to bring in Guagua, my new false 9? He's basically a child. He's 19. Get him in! The crowd looks different and I can't tell why. They're not wearing the replica shirts. Are the animations offset more? I think that's what it is, chat. Although are the crowd just celebrating all the time? Football Manager's had a thing for ages where one of the issues with the crowd is they'd all play the same animations in sync. Whereas it looks like the crowd are all a lot more animated now. And the syncing of the animations is like different. Is that the difference between high and low crowds? That can't be it. Their arms must be knackered. I don't know. People in Leeds are well known for their wrist exercises. You know what? It's a stereotype that doesn't exist. I'm inventing it now. What of it? Okay, look. Our wingers have been cack here. Tremonti on. Oscar on. Ryan for Ugalde. Ugalde's been our informed striker. I'm not sure why I dropped him. I was underestimating Leeds. How is this 1-1? Right, go attacking. We have to win these kind of games if we want to win the league. Right, Lennon Miller, deliver. He's like a musketeer. He stands on guard to deliver. Okay, never mind. Tremonti. Miller? I just want to see a banger here. This feels like a moment for a banger. Shouldn't have listened to me. Shouldn't have listened to me. Where's the match data between highlights? They've removed that from the patch notes. I think that was accidentally put in. Oh, chat, can we appreciate the cranes? There's certain parts of this game where I think people at Sports Interactive have poured their heart and soul into something and it doesn't get the proper recognition. The cranes. Can we have a round of applause for the cranes? Great change. I have to say, the skyline looks quite nice. I mean, it's a bit of a shame the rain doesn't pause. And even as the crowd... Well, this looks quite good. The names are a bit big above their heads. It might be a case of that on non-4K monitors, that's the annoying header, that they look okay, that the scaling does not look right on my monitor. I feel like... You know when you get your glasses test, well, your eyes test, and they have like the massive letters, and you think, why are you making me read out this line? Like if I can't read that line, I probably shouldn't be out on my own kind of thing. That's how I feel reading the names here. Right, we need a late goal. We need a hero. I don't really want to go too attacking. I mean, we're already on attacking with 3 strikers. Anything? Anything! It's not happening. Good point on the road. It's a point more towards our survival. Get to us. The yellow card shown next to their name when they get one. Oh, I can't wait for that. Like a giant yellow card. That makes you think it's an unintended bug. Okay. Why has that been rejected? For size, actually low-key quite good. Have I got it set to always reject? He's available. He should be available. Take your glasses off and try and read the names then. Fair point. Spacebar doesn't work after this patch. Mine does. Can we all agree? What chat? Okay, for you personally watching the stream right now, there's quite a few of you across YouTube and Twitch. What is the best thing that's come post-release for anyone? Like the best thing they've changed where you've gone, that's made my enjoyment of the game so much better. Because for me, it has to be the spacebar. Even though I keep forgetting that they've updated the spacebar and I find myself clicking through sometimes. Like, the spacebar's big, innit? It makes... Like, I actually feel like I read my emails again. Attribute colours, that's a good shout, to be fair. Oh, Manager of the Month. Hello, everyone. Hello. Shame we couldn't beat Leeds. Saving team selections. Amen to that. The wager's showing bigger on the view. Right, thank you for watching the stream now. Just hit the end stream view. Is it deadline day? Is it deadline day? Oh, it is. Bloody hell. That's exciting, isn't it? Or is it tomorrow? Oh, it's tomorrow. Got ahead of myself. I hope they allow us to edit the colours too. No, I agree. I think for the custom attribute colours, it'd be great if we could customise the colours. I'm selfishly quite happy, chap, because the colours that they gave us, one of the presets, is literally the TCS skin colours, which I don't know if it's a coincidence, I don't know if it was a deliberate decision, but shout out to whoever at Sports Interactive made one of the presets the colours that I like. But for people who don't have like the same colours as me, I can totally understand why you'd kind of just want to be able to customise them as you want. I don't understand why they removed deadline day. Here's the thing, they didn't really remove well, okay, look, they did, but they kind of didn't. Because deadline day is still in the game. When you hit continue, the game goes through slowly. You get agent offers on deadline day. People don't realise this. On the portal screen on deadline day, this changes from your fixtures to agent offers. Like, I kind of wish that, you know, there was a few more rumours and stuff going on, and the UI was all yellow. But it's not like deadline day's completely vanished. It's just it feels less of an event now. I feel like if it all went yellow and maybe they highlighted this panel in yellow as well, so it's like, look, new stuff, we'd probably all be like, wow, deadline day. Do you know what I mean? But that's not what it's like. Rate FM26 on a scale of 1 to 7. People are going to hate this. I think it's 7.5. But I'm basing that on the video game rating scale where, like, no game scores below a 5 unless it literally doesn't launch. If I'm comparing this against FM24, I'd grade it lower than that. But if I was grading this in isolation as a sports management game, I feel like 7.5 is kind of fair. I've played like a lot of different sports management games. Like FHM, Franchise Hockey Manager, yeah, EHM. Played a little bit of Out the Park. Don't know anything about baseball. Felt very confused. I've tried like Tennis Manager and Basketball Manager in the past. Like, this game is better than those other games. Like, it's not as good as FM24. But in terms of, compared to every other manager game on the market, it's pretty fucking good. When will they add cup draws back? I really hope they do add them at some point. That's one of those things I think. Cup draws, like, I know what's happened. They've looked at the data and gone, only 5% of cup draws that are done are attended by people. But the thing is, for a lot of people, that 5% of the cup draws you enter and look at are, if you're a non-league team in the FA Cup third round, if you make it through the Champions League qualifying rounds for the first time as a team from Gibraltar, you make it to the Champions League knockout round for the first time. Like, all of those things are really big events in those kind of save games. Like, I'll be honest, cup draws, I'd probably watch about 5% of them across an entire save game. Because, with respect to the Carabao Cup, I don't give a fuck about the Carabao Cup third round when I'm in Season 10 of Park to Prem. But if I'm in Season 3 of Park to Prem, and I've made it to the FA Cup third round, I want to see that draw. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think there's been some decisions that have maybe been made based on like their data-driven decisions where they've just looked at the numbers without thinking about the context around those numbers. And I totally understand when you're allocating dev resources, you kind of have to look at stuff and go, well, no one's really using that thing. But you have to look at the context behind under what circumstances are they using that thing. Last stream you mentioned Z having a massive forehead. I couldn't stop thinking about he must be OP on near post corners. I mean, my forehead's massive too, just to be clear. Look at that, chat. You'd think there'd be more than just a pea-sized brain in there, but apparently not. I don't know why I'm looking at signings on deadline day. I don't really need anyone. I mean, Mario Götze? I don't need him. If people's bosses thought you'd be happy, paid less, they'd pay you less. I'm confused on the circumstance behind that. It's just less of a game than 24 for a higher price. The thing is, chat, Football Manager's price has not changed in a very, very long time. Football Manager's price has gone up for two reasons. Firstly, they were kind of undercharging in previous years when you look at the way the games industry's gone. Number two, they've got to make up tens of millions of pounds of a loss last year to keep the series going. Like, at the risk of sounding slightly moronic, if you think the price of the game isn't worth it right now, don't buy it. But if you buy the game, then go, oh, it's well expensive, though. Like, you've bought the game for that price, so that justifies the publisher setting that price. They should be giving the game away for free. Facts. F-A-C-T-S. Facts. As a Hearthstone player, I find the game cheap. Fair. Oh, Euroset just leaving. I forgot we were selling some boys. Okay, he's the last to go. What money do I have on deadline day now? What money do we have? Steam reviews are wrong then, I guess. I don't think that's what I've said. Yesterday was better. You're a very negative individual. I can't imagine not enjoying a game like to the degree it seems like you don't enjoy FM. Then in your free time coming in a stream to just complain about other people who don't have the same opinion as you. Like, I find that bizarre. I don't think Steam reviews are wrong, but I think the issue with Steam reviews is people who have a good experience of the game are less inclined to leave a positive review. And frankly, when it comes to this game, I don't think it deserves a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'd give it a thumbs, but that doesn't exist as an option on Steam. Like, that's the reality of it. Is the game as good as FM24 right now? I think the match day experience and the tactic system are bad. I think everything else about it's a downgrade. Minus some of the tiles and cards. Some of the tiles and cards are really neat. But would I play this over FM24? Every day. I've played 8,000 hours of FM24. That match engine has been solved and is so boring. Are we, like, with the Steam reviews going, I guess Steam reviews are wrong. Do we genuinely think, everyone, this game is the 11th worst game in the history of video games on Steam? Because that's where it is now. It's not in the bottom 10 anymore. SI are moving up in the world. But do you genuinely think this is the 11th worst game ever? Because spoilers, it's not. Like... So I will say, yes, I do think the Steam reviews are wrong. Do people have a right to complain? Yes. Can consumers vote with their wallets and with their Steam reviews? Absolutely, they have a right to do that. But I think coming into a stream and being like, this is everything that's wrong with the game, you're not allowed to enjoy it, it's frankly bizarre. Reviews are relative to the expectations. Completely agree. Should SI have done more to manage expectations? Maybe. Should they have announced everything that was going to be removed from the game? Possibly. But then that impacts their sales, so obviously they're not going to do that. But at the same time, if this came out as a rival to Football Manager Chat, do we think it would have the reception it's had from FM players? Like, in a weird way, SI are kind of victims of their own success and victims of the fact that they've made good games for so long. Because now any game they do is going to be compared to that. This guy's available for 8 mil. What's the catch? SI said some hardcore fans will be upset. I don't think that was SI. I think that was one individual at SI. If this came out as a rival to Football Manager Chat, can you imagine the reviews this game would get? Like, if we're in an alternative world where this got released, available 6.75. I can't, like, I mean, people would be gassing it up like hell. It's not perfect. It needs to be improved. But I don't think it's some irredeemable mess. And I'm enjoying it. I was good at it. I had fun. That's not quote Walter White unnecessarily. My heavy-set wife. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. First-time Prime sub as well. I appreciate you guys a lot. Everyone who subbed today. What do I think about the new patch? I'll be honest. It's not got the craziest changes. He didn't want to talk to me. Fair enough. There's some good stuff in it. There's some not-so-good stuff in it. But the FPS change actually looked really good in the new... in the match engine. And chat, maybe this is just me. The fact that on the comparison now I can see the positions of players and the polygon works, like, that makes a big difference to how I enjoy playing the game. I know that's not going to be a thing for everyone, but I am a polygon enjoyer. And I hated having to try and find the players I'm looking for. So at least now I have the positions to look for as well. Like, that helps. Is Aramade Maide Ote in the game? Did I have him in a Park to Prem once? Did he used to play for QPR? I feel like I know the name. What Park to Prem was that, chat? What year did I have Ote? I want to say it was the year when I managed Boston United, but I can't remember. Can I be honest with you? Some of the years do just blur into one. It was Hereford, blimey. Hereford was pre-Park to Prem. Question for the space heads out there, you know, some of you out there, you're the hardcore, I recognise you. Do we count Tracksuit to the Top and Charge to the Top, which were the Hereford and original Lewis Say games? Do those count as part of Park to Prem? Do we count those in the Park to Prem chronology? Oh, Ryan out for 3 weeks is annoying. I think they might count. But they weren't labelled Park to Prem. Should I go back and rename them? They're prequels. True. So, I mean, real OGs remember FM13 where we did FC United and Manchester. What tier do I start in Park to Prem? It depends on the year. This year we started in the 8th tier. Do I rate Football Manager Mobile? Football Manager, not touch. So FM Touch on the Apple Arcade, I from what I hear, is kind of mid. But from what I understand, the mobile version is kind of like, it's kind of like the old Champ Mans. Like, if you're expecting it to be like new FM, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you're someone who kind of feels like the more modern PC games have got full of bloat, like I see a lot of people come to me and they go, I miss Championship Manager days. Genuinely, FM handheld that's available through Netflix, it is literally the game for you. At least all our players are training well. Imagine, I had a dream that one day they've stealth added in praising loads of players for form. You hold shift and it selects all of them to praise them. And then I wake up from the dream. I'll tell you what would be useful, even if you could just like multi-select players and it just had the players listed here that were selected with like the praise button. I'm a simple man. Also, it's a bit weird because I had Collins on loan and then he's gone back and then I've bought him. I can't praise his training until he's been at the club a month, even though he never actually really left. I maintain, chat, you know what the best present Football Manager could give us for Christmas would be? And please tell me if I'm wrong here, but some people will disagree. And Matt, it gets to Christmas Eve and Miles tweets out for the first time in 2 years, new Football Manager update out. And we all go into the game and we open it and there's no patch notes. And you look around, there's nothing changing. Then you go into your first match and on Christmas Eve, a Christmas miracle, the shouts button is just back. And everyone stands up around the world and applauds. I want that. I feel like, right, sentiment towards this game is in the shit from certain people. I think just adding shouts back. Just do it the exact same as they used to be. Doesn't need to be better. Doesn't need to have a big effect. Can happen at the end of highlights. That's fine. Just add them back in. Hold up your hands and go, you know what? We misread the room. We removed them because we didn't think they affected gameplay enough. But actually, it's quite clear that people feel like they're passengers in the match engine. So we've brought it back in its old form. I think we'd all stand up and clap. I would. The game would then probably crash at the end of the match, just to really complete the fairy tale story. But I feel like it'd be such like an easy win. Especially because you can do talks with players when you sub them on, which I assume has a not dissimilar effect to when you talk to players before, like the same way you shout at players. I feel like it's the same effect. I could be incorrect. I'm expecting too much, chat. Shouts aren't coming back. We've all got to cry. Does anyone else miss shouts? Maybe it's just me. I'd stand up and clap. It'd be the greatest thing they could do. Just add in shouts and don't tell anyone you've had. Like, don't acknowledge it. You just put it in an update and then it's just there. It's one of those things, right? There's so many things in Football Manager where you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Like, the beauty of Football Manager is, like, there are so many different ways to play. And I know some people never use shouts. I use shouts all the time. I used to never use them. And then, I realised they are actually useful in certain circumstances. And I love them. And I do feel like just add them in. Just add them. No one's hurt by having shouts in the game. Also, is that meant to be Maresca? It looks like Mr. Blobby put on a tracksuit. That's Enzo Maresca. It looks like Matt Lucas. What's going on there? That is... Right, into the game we go. The thing is, they could literally add in shouts and they don't have to work and no one has to know. Just add in a button. There's lots of buttons that don't do anything in-game already. Just add another for shouts. I reckon that Maresca is actually a face scan, chat. Miles turned up... You know the old iPhone face scans? Miles turned up with a face scan and got it off Maresca at a game. Oh, Durasimmi, the turn! The finish! It would have been great. It would have been great. It's Kingpin. It did look a bit like Kingpin, actually. Like, we've just had a shot there 2 minutes in at home against Chelsea. I want to encourage the boys. Also, chat, has this always shown the goalie kits, or is that new? I feel like the goalie kits never used to show on the... I feel like it used to show the home kit, but with, like, a different pattern. It applied the home kit colours to this pattern. 10 out of 10 game of the year. Game of the year. I'm pretty sure it used to use the goalkeeper pattern correctly, but take the home kit colours. Bang! Imagine if it goes in. Shouts were so engaging. Now I just wait for half-time and try that. That is kind of how I feel about it. Also, is that policeman stood in the stairs? Right, I need to delete my positive review off Steam. Unplayable. This is the new public beta build on Steam, yes. I'm fine, everything's fine. Chat, is our season just going to collapse now? Am I going to revert back from the update? Shall we go back? I was sat thinking, I've got 3 notifications on Discord. What's happening? It's because the stream's gone down twice today. All right, we go again. We go again. We've got to lock in everyone. Chat, what time's the F1 practice tonight and what time... The Ashes start at 2:30. And I need to record a Park to Prem transfer special after the stream. Now that the patch is out. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a late night in it for me. I'm glad I had a coffee. Good finish by Castro. Why do people use 1.25 times speed, by the way? I'm on ×1, it's much more digestible. I think ×1 is too slow, personally. I think if you have the patience to play on ×1, that's kind of fine. But you have got the patience of a monk. Wait, chat, did that have... I didn't pay attention there. Was the offside thing fixed? I guess we wouldn't have known because it was a goal that counted. The pop-up with VAR, like, being a spoiler early is really annoying. It's 12:30 to 1:30. Oh, we can definitely watch that. Not on stream. But I can definitely have that on my second monitor while I record the transfer special. Is the game fixed after the patch? Define fixed. Oh, this is great play. Tremonti, inside to Xerxes. Or on your own. Oh, you can't go on, but why did you do that? Do you miss knowing how many goals a player scored when in the season when he scored? Yes. I wish that was back in the game. I wish there was maybe an option, or maybe, you know, when it shows like goal scorer and assist, and maybe it could like cycle halfway through the pop-up being open to show their goals for the season. Chat, do you want to know what my ultimate wish list feature is for Football Manager? And this is because I'm a streamer and I have an ego, so apologies for this. And it will never happen. But I can say it as a wish list. Since Football Manager are now partnered with the Premier League, right? And that means they have an official link with fantasy football. How sick would it be if you're watching a streamer's Football Manager save game and there's some way that through your Football Manager game you can connect to my game and play fantasy football in the streamer's game? So that you could have Xerxes in your team, and like at the start of the season, the game would have to have an algorithm to generate the prices. And you could essentially play FBL like in the streamer's chat against everyone else watching the stream. So that's a mad finish. Like, it'll never happen, but it'd be so cool. Like, it'd be such a... Like, I think people would really get into it. I'd love it. Like, you'd be... You guys would get triggered at the streamers you're watching if they drop a player that's in your team. Like, it'll know... The amount of work involved, it's way too much, and it's too niche. I think it'd be well fun. Like, imagine it during the league, you know, like, where we had the 20-player network game. It'd be so sick. It'll never happen. But I genuinely think it'd be one of the coolest things they could add to Football Manager. Can you work out a way of doing it yourself? I mean, you could, but that is very, very long. Like, if you could somehow pick the team in your Football Manager client, then submit it to the streamer, and then the streamer can, like, pull up, you know, the teams. Like, maybe there's a way where, like, I don't know, the streamer can, like, click a button before every stream that says, hey, you've got time to make your transfers. Kind of thing. I don't know how it would work. I've not thought about it that much as an idea. I feel like it'd be so funny because there'd be, like, memes, and it'd get you really, like, invested in how all the other teams around the league are doing. It'll never happen. But let me dream. I think it'd be so sick. Moises Caicedo is very good in Football Manager, and that man scares me. Okay, Oscar looks stressed. Get him off. I think we bring in Miller and we bring in Uma for the fresh legs. Xerxes struggling again. Bungard. If in doubt, Philip Bungard. That's what my grandma used to say. What's my favourite cereal? Oh, I like Wheatos. Is that controversial? Up the Wheatos. I always stood my defenders off at 60 minutes for the imaginary FPL points. Oh, chat, can you imagine? If I didn't have... If I had certain defenders in my team that I know people have got, just hook them off at 59 minutes. That is atrocious there by Prince at right mid. I feel like I've not been locked into this game chat and actually digesting how they're scoring. We're just discussing cereal. No, it's a great goal. Chat, have they fixed the game? Have they changed the game? What are Wheatos? Wheatos are like... They're quite chunky, O-shaped, wheat-based cereal, but chocolate. TNT have lost the Champions League from 2027. Sky, Amazon and Paramount have the matches. The final will be exclusive to Paramount Plus. Boy, I can't wait to pay for my 10 subscriptions. Send me! Shoots over. I got into that there. Prince is having another stinker at right mid. Right after I pissed off Tremonti as well. Okay, we will swap these boys around. Let's bring in Collins too. Jack, have you seen the new Birmingham Stadium concept? I think I saw it on my Twitter feed and I thought it was a troll. Is that actually their concept? It looked a bit phallic, the design. I have a friend who loves FM and is hesitant to get this iteration due to the negative comments. Do you think it's worth it? Honestly, and I've said this constantly on my streams, your enjoyment on this game is going to depend on the stuff that you enjoy interacting with. And if you're hesitant to take the plunge, on Epic Games and on Steam, there is a demo you can play. You can play 6 months of a save game for free. If you enjoy it, you can buy the game and continue that save game. If you enjoy it but think I want a new save game, obviously you can do that. And if you hate the game and go, oh my word, it's awful, then you've played the demo, you don't have to buy the game, and you've not wasted your money. So if anyone watching is on the fence and you didn't know just they existed, try the demo. Try the demo. Right, we've got 4 minutes to get another goal. We need to attack. We need to attack. In possession. Forward, lads. Onto the breach. This is never going to work. You know what? You guys go a bit deeper. I don't know why I've said deep, like with a bit of a... You guys go deep. It sounds Sounds a little bit pervy, doesn't it? Right. Past the press. Boot it up the pitch. Come on. Keeper is shocking there. Keeping is shocking. Right, is there going to be a goal? I'm still unbalanced. I shouldn't have stayed unbalanced. It's on me. You know what? That's respectable. First season in the Prem against Chelsea. Would we have taken that at the start of the year? Is it annoying they've gone above us? Yeah, a little bit. Arsenal are catching us, but we're in the top 6. We're fine. We're fine. We're good. It was Maresca as well, Mr. Blobby. Who have I got left to play? Who have we got left to play? That's what I'm now wondering. Also, chat, we need to check a very important bug. Why would I go on the fixture schedule? Was it taking me to the calendar there? Does the demo get updated? Yes, I believe it does. I'm saving the game because I've not saved it in a while. I'm paranoid. Right, chat, have they fixed the bug? If I click into a game and then hit back, it's... They've not fixed it. They've not fixed it. This is definitely a thing that only YouTubers have to deal with regularly. But when I'm going through results, right, in past matches, and I click into a match report to show in a video, and then I want to go back to the fixture screen, it resets the scroll. It always goes back to the top. Then you have to scroll back down. And I know this problem existed on the player search screen, so I assume it's the same bug, just on a different screen. Sports Interactive, please fix. Please fix. It's a really minor thing. I know, but people never go into match reports. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think they do because this screen is... And I don't mean this to be awful or rude. It's fucking dreadful. Whoever designed this... Whoever designed it, put them in the gulag with me. Let me 1v1 them. Winner gets to have their version of the screen in the game. Get me in the gulag with... I'll 1v1 them on Verdansk. Who thought... Like, why can we not see the formations of the two teams? Like... Just to take the... You know the between highlight bit, chat, whereas the two teams' formations that you can cycle between in and out of possession has the match stats in the middle and the pitch. Put that there! Put that here! This is just depressing. Like they're probably looking at it going, no one uses this screen, so we're not going to improve it. No one's using it because it's cack! I'm fine. The thing is, if you work at Sports Interactive, I think you already know that screens like this are just not finished. Which, whether or not you think it's acceptable that the screens are just not finished is kind of fair enough, but I refuse to believe that screen is a design choice. Like, it's just not a... No one has made that screen and gone, perfect. They've gone, shit, we've run out of time, just leave it. Just leave it. We've got to get international management in quick. Like, I don't know. That screen is one of those screens where I'm like, they've just not finished it. I will say, I'm not as triggered as I'm making out to be. But I hope that my rants help you cope with the state of the game, chat. For the record, still having fun. And I think that's about the 5th time I've ranted about that screen. But every time I get slightly more unhinged. Because every time they put out an update, I'm thinking, it's got to have changed this time. They've got to have fixed... It's got to be changed now. And it never is. One day, chat, I'm going to go to that screen and there's going to be like a solitary tear that rolls down my cheek as I realise that they listened. I can see it now. I really want to see what FM25 is like. Chat, does anyone else just... Can they release the FM25 files? You know, I know there's a lot of files in the world that people want to see released. These files don't need to be redacted. Can we get US Congress to pass a vote that says that they release the FM25 files, please? Release the FM... I need to see it. For April Fools, can you just give us FM25 in the beta branch as a drop-down option? I pre-ordered FM25 chat before it got cancelled. Can I see what I paid for? You know how, like, with video game studios chat, like old school RuneScape, they had like a backup of the game, like on an old drive that they then recovered, right? Do you reckon they've just burnt every copy of FM25? Because I feel like I would do that. If I was at Sports Interactive, I'd be like, right, get magnets, rub the magnets all over the hard drives, just corrupt the data. No one needs to see that. I feel like that would be my mindset towards it. Did anyone see the tags that Football Manager had on Steam? I don't know if it's been fixed. Did people see the tags? If you didn't know, football on what do you call it? On Steam, you can edit the tags of the game. Have you guys seen the tags? Oh, they fixed it. It had hentai as a tag. They fixed it, chat. If you spam enough tags, I shouldn't say this on stream, but if you have enough people spam a tag, it gets added to the game. The developers have the option to remove it. But if enough people write the same tag, it gets added to the game. Like, we could have... You know what? Let's not do that. I don't want to be in the bad books of people. But, yeah, hentai. I don't know how... I've heard of review bombing. This was hentai bombing, apparently. Football Manager had the tag of hentai this morning when I checked. What would you tag Football Manager as that isn't just being rude for the sake of it? I'm thinking survival horror. Because I feel like it's a survival horror to persist with it. I think survival horror is a good way of describing this game at times. Psychological horror, that would also work. But yeah, people tag the game as hentai, which, I mean, fair enough. They got a chuckle out of me. I feel sorry for the poor person at SI. He's there, they're going, Timmy, you've got to remove the tags again that the community have added. Do I play any mobile games? Does GeoGuessr count? I'm looking through my phone thinking, what mobile games do I play? I sometimes play Pokemon Unite, but I play that more on my Switch than my phone. That's like my Fisher-Price MOBA, where I get to dunk on small children and feel better about myself. Is our first team back yet? Rodrigo's fine. I don't know if I want to rush Ryan back. I don't think we should. Jack, have you made moves to buy a token yet? Oh, that sentence without context for some people is very confusing. I haven't yet. Is Milo feeling better now? He is. Yeah, he was a bit sick at the start of the week. He's still a bit fussy over what he's eating, but he is back to his best. He's a bit cold at the moment, I think, with the weather, but he doesn't like wearing coats, so it's a bit annoying. Balatro, I had played Balatro Mobile. I went through my Balatro phase, and I'm kind of waiting for the update. Did Milo eat a toucan? Not that I'm aware of. There's a game that I saw advertised recently, chat. I think it comes out next year, called Nutmeg. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. I think it's Sumo Digital who are publishing it. I can't remember. But it seemed like Balatro, but it's like football cards in the 80s. But it's like a deck-building football game. And I'm sat there thinking, as someone who's a fiend at Balatro and loves Football Manager, this could be dangerous. Like, if you had a bit of Ultimate Team with pack openings, like not for real money, it's like a game, you know, it's a single-player game. But if I can pack players for like my sticker album that I then play and they develop and stuff, like, that could be a game that I end up playing a lot on stream. I think it's called just Nutmeg. I think if you search on Steam, you can find it. It looks really cool. I probably should try and reach out to the devs and to see if I could get a key and know what their promo plans are. Because, yeah, I feel like it's the kind of game I'd sink hundreds of hours into. It's called Nutmeg, chat. Nutmeg. I think that's offside. They've not fixed the VAR spoilers. Is there a demo? Maybe I should try the demo. Did they fix the game? I mean, it's better. I don't think any updates made the game worse. But if you're expecting the SI to have snapped their fingers today and gone, it's FM24 but in Unity, you probably are going to be disappointed. Have I seen that there's been more GTA 6 leaks? I hadn't seen that, but I'm shocked we've not had more. Was anyone shocked how many leaks we had for FM this year? I don't remember a year where there was more Football Manager leaks. I remember one year where someone from Sega, like the translation team, like in the very early summer, like posted some screenshots on Reddit. I think it was like FM13 or FM14. I'm pretty sure it ended up being someone from Reddit. Someone from Sega's translation team that leaked stuff. But this year, obviously, Sports Interactive like leaked all the new player roles early because it was in like a translation file on their FMDB website. Oh, chat, there's a dog. Hello, Milo. Do you want to say hello to the people? Chat, do you want to see dog? No, don't leave me, Milo. Come back. Where's Milo? Chat, he's left me. Milo, where are you? Hello. Uppies. Uppies. Ah, I got you. Hello, doggy. Have you just done a poo? You've definitely just gone outside and done a poo. Hey. Hello. You okay? Oh, thank you for the kisses. Do you want to go down? You don't want... Oh. Do you want to say hello to the people? You don't like all the bright lights, do you? What are you chewing on? Dog! Okay, I'll put you down. You okay? He's just like, I've done my poo, let me go to bed. Right, off you go. Bye, buddy! There you go, chat. Milo cameo for the stream today. What time is it? He should be in bed. He just charged into my room very happy. He's a very cute little schnauzer. He's only 6 months old, chat. He appears in tomorrow's YouTube video. I have recorded like the first 6 minutes of tomorrow's Park to Prem episode because it's like the end of season bit before the transfer window begins. Milo makes a cameo. I started recording and he broke into the room. Is the patch noticeable? I mean, the names are all bigger above the head, so I guess yes. My puppy Lummy says hi. That's cute. How old's Lummy? My thoughts haven't changed. Real name fixed and new gen face after the patch. Is that odd? No. The way... That's an annoying goal. The way the game works, Unity like packages different parts of the game together and it kind of downloads it in chunks. So if those chunks haven't been affected, they won't have been updated and overwritten. He's gone. Yes, sorry. If you got ads, you have missed the Milo cameo for the stream. He was a bit hyper, which he really shouldn't be at 11:15, but I guess he's just gone outside for his late night pee. Chat, have they stealth nerfed my tactics? Have they stealth nerfed my tactics? I'm starting the conspiracy. Right, we need goals. We need heroes. Back post. Darren Simmy! You know he scored again. Another back post corner. The wage man tweak's noticeable. I'll be honest, D. Bateman, I've not really offered any contracts today, so I couldn't tell you. I'll say yes, because I assume they have changed, but I don't know how they've changed. It's weird, chat. With the high settings on everything, I'm getting uncapped, like, 90 FPS, I think, when we checked, on a GTX, I'm showing my age, on an RTX 4080. I thought the performance would be better than that, but it is noticeable, the FPS difference. We're not good here. We're really not good here. Have we just been overperforming all year, chat, and now it's coming crashing down? That's what it feels like it is to me. But we can still come back from this. I have one more sub. I should save it. Well, blame the update. If the game gets updated, you just blame the game. Was that a schnauzer? Yeah, Milo is a mini schnauzer, but he's actually got very long legs for a mini schnauzer. He's quite big. I say big. He's not actually big. His legs are just very long for a schnauzer puppy. He's already quite big. Where in preferences is the FPS saying it's in match day. You have to. It's annoying, chat, that there's not like an option of 120 FPS to target. It's just like 25, 30, 60. Oh, God, chat, the injury icon next to the... Oh, brother, ew. Ew. Ew, why? No, we don't... Why, though? Oh, it looks awful. Make it... The names are already too big. Now you're adding icons next to it. Make them smaller. Shrink them and maybe it's okay. I feel like if the text was smaller, I'd be okay with it, chat. But the boxes are very big. I feel like the name could just be yellow if they're bucked instead of the icon. But maybe I just don't like change. Chat, we're washed. We're washed. It's ogre. It's all ogre. This is not my swamp now. Two defeats in a row. We're so done. I feel like the names are too big, and I feel like they maybe been made bigger for the icons to fit, but it should all just be smaller. Picture of Lummy in Discord. Oh, I'll check it out after the stream. But that's cute. Chat, dog pictures on the Work the Space Discord server. Always welcome. We appreciate them. Medic wants to stay. It's almost as if he's not found a move. Chat, I restarted the game and the look modifier reset. Also, chat, earlier today, I broke my chair. If there's any chair companies watching at home that want to do a brand deal, I could do with a new chair. Because this one, it just sinks. And the handle broke. I managed to reattach it for now. Chat, what year did New World come out? I got this chair when New World came out. In my head, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a while ago. Also, has Radcliffe's acceleration gone from 16 to 17? ...2001. So I've only had this chair 4 years, maybe nearer 5. I feel like I had it longer than that. It's a good chair. Here's acceleration. Chat, wait, did they fix this screen? Did they fix it? Pause. No, they've not fixed it. They've not fixed it, have they? This is up there with the match report screen as a we didn't finish it, but it just had to be shipped kind of thing. So his acceleration started at 15 and in a year it's gone up to 17. Not even a year. His acceleration's gone up by 2 already. Like, that should have a +2, shouldn't it, when it's on all time? It's annoying, chat, because if you have these things selected, like, there's no colour coding. Like, if I just have a few selected, you have no idea which is which. What did his strength start at? 6, and it's now at a 8. That's some pretty nice +2s. Decision started at 10 and is now at 12. So low-key, Radcliffe has actually got way better this year, and it's just not very noticeable with that screen. I played so much New World at launch, and then I never touched it again afterwards. I remember it came out when like the first season of Squid Game aired, and I remember I watched the subbed version of Squid Game, and then I rewatched it dubbed in English whilst I played New World. Have they low-key fixed players cutting back across the box rather than shooting into the side netting? They've not done any changes to the match engine. But if you've got low crossing on, chat, that helps with cutbacks quite a lot. Pro tip. Also, is this advice button new? I don't think it is. I think I've just always ignored it. I feel like if you're a new player, this does probably really, really useful. I say as I just go to manage lineup and do it myself. I think my brain is programmed, because, you know, unlike older FMs, the advice is just kind of useless. I think my brain is just programmed to go, advice, I don't need that. Why is New World mostly negative on Steam? I think Amazon have announced that they're cutting support for the game and the servers are going to go down, like at the end of 2026. I think that's what's happened. Do you know why when I install an update to the cutout face pack with the new faces, they don't work while the old ones work? No clue, but I assume you'd be doing something wrong. Where do I see percentage of set retained sales? I'll show it after this match. Chat, does anyone else find it annoying that you can't, like, exit matches when you're in matches? Like, you can kind of soft get out of stuff by, like, clicking through. In fact, can you even do that anymore? But, like, you can't go very far. I miss just being able to leave the game. But I'll show the percentage of retained sales later. EA say 2027 will be the return of F1 with a more expansive F1 experience, manager mode. Genuinely, I said this, chat, when F1 Manager got cancelled. The only way we get an F1 management game like F1 Manager is if it is done by EA and Codemasters. It would be incredible if they made it so they basically redesign, they make a management mode in the F1 games, but then all the management stuff is also just implemented into my team. Also, yes, I am just ignoring the fact they've scored. I'm upset. Is it possible to make a player good if they have high potential but at 25 and haven't been played by their club? I mean, theoretically, you can get them to improve, but it will be a lot harder for them to reach their potential. But they can get better late. Chat, were we just bad now? Did they change something with the match engine and not say it? Or is it just a case of we played Chelsea and Chelsea are quite good and then Palace away is not an easy game? Is Everton away an easy game? Oh, keeper's in no man's land. What a finish that is. That is... Oh. Hello? Can we discuss that? Lots of finishes from narrow angles in this match engine that probably shouldn't go in as often as they do. The keeper came out. I mean... Doesn't look great for the keeper there, does it? Is my economy page broken? Can't see where income or expenses come from. I think if you click into it, you can get a bit more of a breakdown, but it's nowhere near as detailed as FM24. Win that, Vuskovic. We love it. I need to get Collins back into the starting 11 at centre-back, chat. Remind me after the game that Collins should probably be in the team. Motorsport Manager is good. They should create a new F1 manager. The guy who originally created Motorsport Manager is no longer at PlaySport Games. I think the issue is, chat, like, I played a lot of Motorsport Manager and I enjoyed it, but I never got into it as much as F1 Manager. And when I say get into it, I played over 500 hours of Motorsport Manager, but just from like an immersion point of view, like how good the racing looked in F1 Manager, and don't get me wrong, it looked robotic at times, but in terms of just the fidelity of the graphics, the fact they took all the broadcast camera angles, like that got you into the game in a way that, for me at least, looking top down at like an aerial view of a track in Motorsport Manager just never could. And for some people, I'm sure they can fill in the blanks for their immersion, but the spectacle of F1 Manager was very good. Like, the management stuff was lacking. But I loved streaming that game so much. Did the update add anything major? It's just lots of fixes, really. Like, they've uncapped the frame rate. The comparison polygons are fixed. Chat, what was the other big stuff that was fixed? There's a few things where I was like, hallelujah! Like, the coefficients bug that I saw people reporting on was fixed. Youth training. If you'd like to do your team training for your youth teams, that's back. That's quite big. Is that the Oscar? No, it's, well, it depends on who the Oscar is, but it's Oscar who plays in Czechia. Less rain, yeah, less rain. Chat, that is mental, right? Because I feel like in the Manchester United save game, I was constantly saying, it feels like it rains too much. And everyone I saw a lot of comments going, it's just you. Like, to the point where I went, fair enough, I just noticed it more. Great goal. And now... Like, they have changed the frequency of the rain, and I'm sat thinking, maybe I wasn't crazy. Oh, sorry, yeah, not Czechia. Did I say Czechia? That slightly different region. Maybe he went via there. A friend of mine actually complained about the rain. Oh, are we friends? You don't upload the Norwich save. Yeah, the Norwich save is stream only, but we stream on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube viewers. There's 700 of you lot. And obviously we stream on Twitch where we've got 600 people watching right now. But YouTube is pretty good if you want to catch the streams back. I fully appreciate when there's like a 4-hour stream. Like, it's quite the commitment to watch the VOD. But yeah, we don't do edited versions of the YouTube. That's got to be a red card. Okay, fair. But yeah, we don't do edited videos. I've tried it in the past, and I'll be honest, chat, like, by the time I've paid an editor to edit down the streams, it doesn't cover itself cost-wise. Like, even when I factor in the fact it probably helps people keep up to date with the streams and watch the streams more, it's just, it doesn't make sense from a financial point of view. But for those that kind of want to watch the VODs, like, we do stream on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, there is a live tab. And that is probably a better way to catch up versus Twitch's VOD system. I feel like watching videos, streams back on Twitch is always a bit... Whereas the YouTube VOD's pretty good. Have we tested the crowd quality preference? It's on very high here. I feel like the lighting on the crowd is a bit more noticeable. And there is more animation offsetting. But I've not really noticed anything else. Also, 5 goals from 9 shots on target. It's not a day for goalies, is it? Let me tell you now. Not a day for goalies. Right, bring in Bungard. Ryan is coming back from injury. I'm not meant to play him for the whole game. But he's playing well. He's got to stay on. Sorry, physio, who told me not to play him. I'm ignoring you. Umarin and Tremonti at right mid. I need fresh legs. But yeah, I've got the higher crowd quality on now, chat. I don't know if people have noticed a difference. I feel like there might be more variety in the clothes being worn. But that also might just be the lighting is a bit better on the crowd models. But it's not like the crowd are like wearing replica jerseys, which is a bit of a shame. And it's not like there's like banners. I don't know if people have noticed that. There's like no banners in the crowd anymore. Like, you know, you used to get the flags with like the club badges. Like, that was pretty cool how they had those before. And usually it was just like if you're in England, it was just an England flag with the club badges. But it did add a bit to it. From what I'm noticing, it looks like the animation offset on the crowd is more... That's a mad finish by Teller. The animation offset is more prominent. And what I mean by that is Football Manager has always had this issue where all the crowd animations are like in sync. And if you look at them, it's really robot-y. Whereas it appears to me like the animations are like more offset. Like they start at different times and loop at different times. Also, it's free. I should be more upset than I am. I still maintain, I think XG is too low currently in the match engine. We've had 6 goals from an XG of 1.79. I'm going to go to attacking. Yeah, we've lost. We have lost. I forgot that a man sent off. We've lost our lead. We've lost our lead to this. Out of possession. You know what? I'll leave it like this. But you can both press because they've not got a centre attack in mid. Those guys should probably still track. I have one sub left. What do I change? Bring Miller in? Yeah, bring Miller in. Right, chat. Is there going to be a comeback of dreams? I say comeback of dreams. They're down a man and it's 3-3. It's not really a comeback. I hate chat. Does anyone else, and maybe I'm in a bit of a bitch. I absolutely hate tinkering with tactics en masse on this screen here. Like, it feels, when I just want to change a few things to go more attacking, like on the old game, like you just click on the pitch, there'd be a few options. With this, I feel like I have to be so precise with my clicking, or like actually click into everything. Also, they've added in, some of these were missing. I don't know if people noticed, some of these were missing on these two overviews, and they've added them back in the update. Like distribution speed, you couldn't access unless you were on the visualizer and you clicked in the defensive third in possession. And out of possession, you couldn't change defensive line behavior either easily. So that's good. Is that Lennon Miller? It is. Oh, chat drama. Right, the dog is sleeping next door. The wife is in bed. Get ready to wake him up. Who's going to be the hero? Zyfed, dude, thank you for watching the stream today. Appreciate you a lot, mate. Take it easy. Imagine. Ryan. Bang it! Come on! Sorry, Walk. Come on! I'm a genius! Tremonti's down on the floor injured. Everyone else is celebrating. That's why we kept him on, even though the physio said to take him off. Oh, and he made him play 75 minutes. Fuck off, 95th minute winner. Come on! I think the coffee's gone to my head, chat. Nice victory. Well done. I mean, we're still in fifth. Fifth, just as a reminder, fifth. Very likely to be a Champions League spot. We Drago on for assist bonus. God, how much did we give him? Oh, only 170k. That's okay. I mean, we Drago joined us having been wasted for a year by Leipzig. He is actually turning into the player that he could be with us. I'm a genius, he says, not understanding the phrase happy wife, happy life. Also true. She's happy if I'm happy. She's definitely in the other room going, oh, he's winning his football game again. She's not. But it's fine. My justification, chat, whenever she complains, it's my job. Sorry, it's my job to shout at pixels on a screen and role play as a football manager. I just realised the game's in 2 days, so I probably should rest the boys up. I'll tell you what, homegrown players for Europe could be a problem next year, but we'll worry about that when we get there. I'll retain sales, thank you. Right, chat, this is mental. If you need to see your percentage of transfer revenue, right, and I don't know why this isn't somewhere else, you click on recruitment budgets, then you see this here, click on it. And then it tells you here. Now, I'll be honest, why that 100% transfer revenue is made available can't be on this screen here. Not fucking Scooby-Doo. No idea. So, also it's the back, oh no, the back button is working. So yeah, just click on the budget and it's there. I don't know why it's there. I'll be honest, chat. You see this thing here where it has the recruitment budgets, the available budget, transfer window status, and transfer history. Why is that not just on this screen? Is it because the scouting budget isn't shown? Is that the justification? Because I'll be honest, I would get rid of transfer history and transfer window on this screen here, and just. I mean, look, why does the transfer window and transfer history need to be on this panel when transfer window is closed here and you can see your transfers in and out? In fact, you can't see them in and out, and it probably should be somewhere on here. You can see your staff in and out. No, again, no idea. Just bizarre. It's like there's an extra panel for the sake of it. I mean, these pop-ups shouldn't exist in the game, should they? I think the thing that makes the game feel cumbersome to navigate through, right, chat, is in past FMs, right, if you clicked on your recruitment budgets, you could then go, oh, I need to go somewhere else now. I guess you can kind of still do it out of here, but it's not as easy as it used to be, I feel like. I find the game's just odd in some places. I sold 3 installments for 90%. You should get that money. I would check your inbox items. It'll say where the money is. They need to integrate AI into the game, please. Okay, right, chat. I think AI has some amazing applications, right? Football Manager would not be better with AI. It would not be better. Like, just saying, add AI. No. If you need to ask AI chat where you need to go, just search here. Search revenue doesn't show up, so that's a great example. If you need responsibilities, this is your AI. It's called the search button. This is AI. This is ChatGPT in the game. I want to know about staff responsibilities. Just tells me. I don't need an AI assistant in Football Manager. I don't want to be going, hey, Football Manager, make a bid on this player for me, please. Although maybe that'd be great. Then I'd never have to click the game again. Hey, Football Manager, continue. You know what, chat? Subscribe. I'm on board with this idea. I think generative AI for the social feed would be funny. It will never happen. The issue with generative AI, right, chat, is game developers take responsibility for everything that is spat out by their game and produced by their game. And equally, when it comes to video game ratings, like ratings boards, I hope a tycoon don't buy Liverpool, by the way. I mean, in-game. Because that'll be hard to take them down. Hey, what's just happened? Chat, my notifications are broken, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, we've got a raid. Thank you so much. KNNTH. I'm going to go with Kenneth. I'm going to assume there's meant to be E's in there. Thank you for the raid. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Welcome aboard, Raiders. We're just crashing out about the new Football Manager updates and discussing how AI won't fix the game. How are we, Raiders? Welcome on in. I think we just go with this team. It's a bit tired, but Newcastle's team will be tired too. But yeah, the issue with anything generative AI, like for text in games chat, is that the ratings board rate your game based on obviously the contents of it. And when you can't guarantee the contents of it because of AI, that is a problem. Oh, Collins as a starter. Yeah, you're right. That was one. Chat, remind me after this game, Collins as a starter. Herrera out, Collins in. Bought pickups on your advice. Bloody amazing. Amen, Drew. Amen. I actually bought another pack of pickups, chat. And ironically, no, the brand deal's over with them. I'm sold on it too. There's no denying, right, chat, that the interactions in game need to be improved. But I don't think we need AI to improve it. I just think all the interactions should probably contextually change based on players' media handling. Like, every single player interaction should probably have, like, 3 or 4 different phrases per media handling thing. Which I know adds a lot of work to the amount of kind of words and text strings that have to be translated. Like, if you have a player who's a model professional and someone who is volatile in the media, like, those two people should have very different interactions, and what they say to you should be different too. Or at least have the potential to be different. But I don't think we need AI for that. Do I not play with sound on? Funny story. I play with sound on Twitch. On Twitch, we play music in the intro of the streams. I have it set so that music doesn't get funneled through to YouTube because YouTube's copyright detection is a bit more strict and sometimes gets false positives. Is that a pen? No, shame. That might be. Oh, it is. We're chilling. Ugalde's massive. But yeah, for some reason, the streaming software doesn't let me reroute the game audio to a different channel to my music. So YouTube doesn't get game audio and Twitch does. I'm sorry about that. I might try and find a way to fix it. But it's just one of those weird streaming software quirk things. Did the winners get pickups? If you won one of the giveaways chat last week, I messaged you all on Twitch. Some people replied and were like, thank you, it worked. And some people never replied. And I question if they were just bots the whole time. But if you were a winner, check your Twitch whispers. What's bad about the new update? I mean, nothing's bad. I mean, the names are a bit big. Also, they've got Rudiger at centre-back. Fair play. That's why they've conceded 2, probably. You must be getting on a little bit. I guess they got him on a free at the end of his deal. Oh, my word, what a save that is. That was onside, too. The patch, I don't know about anyone else. The patch is not like, this update's not like a revolutionary update. It's just lots of nice quality of life changes. Is that a fair way of describing it? I think we have to accept, chat, that when we're getting weekly updates to the game, not every week are we going to get, like, saving team selections. Or suddenly they're going to add pass maps into the game overnight. I think we kind of have to accept that these updates are going to be lots of little tweaks to UI bits that don't work properly. Like, I don't know if anyone's had the next-gen inbox item on the new update. I hope that's been fixed. Because that was, like, buggy when you needed to click between, like, you know, 1st to 10th, 11th to 20th. Ryan, where are we going? Make it free. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, don't worry. If you won one of the giveaways with pickup chat, you just filled it and didn't reply, that is absolutely fine too. I was just a bit concerned that maybe I missed some stuff where, or rather, people missed the messages. The patch notes are on the forum. I don't have the patch notes to hand. What was the biggest quality of life changes? Oh, you can change like your youth team coaching now. Your weekly training for your youth teams you can now update, which I know think a lot of people have mentioned. The soft lock when watching past matches has been fixed. That's a really big one. If you might have had it, you might not have had it. If you went and watched like old matches replays, there was like a chance that when you went to load into the highlights, the game just froze. Which I think affects content creators probably more than other people because they have to go back and sometimes record matches that have happened, like the goals from them. I occasionally do have to do that for Park to Prem. And there was basically, it was like Russian roulette. There was like a 50% chance the game would just freeze when you tried to watch a highlight. Imagine if we get another. Keeping's awful, don't care. Come on! What was the other stuff they fixed? Oh, they've added uncapped frame rate. That's quite a big change. And they also said they've increased the logic behind player wages at youth level at lower leagues. And I think I saw it say when teams are promoted as well. We're back, chat. We're back. No Sambring. We probably should be Sambring. We're at home. It's just me, or has my stadium changed since last season? Oh, kickoff highlight. Oh, yeah, the polygon when comparing players has been fixed. The highlights now in slow speed and you can't adjust it. Oh, are they? They made past match highlights really slow. Ah. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? I've not gone back and looked at a past match yet. I've actually started using, well, it's not Shadow Play itself, but I have, like, Steam, OBS has an option where you can, like, have a replay buffer, where you leave OBS running and it always records the last 25 seconds. So I've been using that a lot when I'm doing Park to Prem for the match replays because of the bug where the game was soft locking. That's like rain wasn't fixed. Yeah, there is a lot of rain again. Oh, goal line technology chat. Did it cross the line? Did it cross the line? Can we check? See, when this works, this looks very good. Also, the Premier League Winter Ball. I feel like that wasn't working a couple of patches ago, so that's cool that that's now working. Is it normal on key highlights the match takes an average of 30 minutes to complete? Are you on dynamic? If you're on key with dynamic on, turn off dynamic. I've pissed off some players because I criticised them for winning 4-0, but they deserve to be criticised. Oh, imagine if we score. Imagine. Xerxes! Yeah, dynamic highlights chat as an idea I think is great, but I think it should react contextually to these options. So if you're on key and you're 3-0 up, you can go to only commentary or just not show me the highlights at the end of a game if it's like a corner that's going to be headed over. Whereas if I'm on key highlights and it's 10 minutes left and it's 1-1, go to extended then. Show me a bit of extended at the end of the game for the high stakes. But in its current form, dynamic mode, basically, it picks it based on the matches, is for what I understand. So, like, if it's a local derby, it will start, like, by default on extended, but then it will go to comprehensive if it's close. But to be honest, I've not really experimented with dynamic too much because my first experience of it was, oh my gosh, these games now last forever. This is awful. Turned off, never turned it back on. Which is almost a bit of a shame. Like, I would use it more if it kind of worked in conjunction with your replay setting. I kind of hope that's something they might be willing to adjust. I have no idea how easy it is or isn't to change like the parameters around what is shown as a highlight. In my mind, it can't be that complicated, but it's easy to say that about a lot of things in game development, and sometimes they are really bloody complicated. Let's bring in Collins and Heaven at the back. I think I found an issue. Is your fixture screen there? It didn't appear initially, Breezy. I think I had to go. I hit back and forward, and then it reappeared. But I did have weird issues trying to get to my fixture screen at one point. Player comparison polygon will now display the correct attribute points. The graph used to just show nonsense, whereas now it actually shows the polygons. Buziane! Post. Was that post or saved? Post. It wasn't us, Jack, but the tag is back. Is it actually? Chat, is the tag... Sorry. Have I made an error here by mentioning that this is possible? We'll wait for this highlight to end. Miles wide. Right. So if we go to Football Manager and then go back up... I need to reload this page. I'm sorry to the person at Sports Interact. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned that it's something that you can do. I shouldn't have mentioned that gamers can add tags to games on Steam because hentai just keeps getting added to Football Manager's tags. Sorry. Shouldn't have mentioned it on stream. Now everyone knows about it. There's some poor person. That's a banger goal. There's some poor person at Sports Interactive who's not. They're going to message on Teams now at 11 PM and they're like, hentai's been added again. Can you remove it again? The tags. Oh dear. In some ways, I think that's better than review bombing. Although I do wonder if, because it has that tag, does it then get flagged as an adult game? So, like, not shown in certain places? I'm not even sure. You'd think there comes a point where Steam are like, the hentai tag's been added to Football Manager 4 times in the last 24 hours. Maybe we should stop doing that. Yeah, you'd think certain tags like that might be like result in a game vanishing on certain regions. Like probably shouldn't just be able to be added by gamers. I love the sweet naivety of like, I can imagine Gabe Newell's there in his West Coast American office going, no, we can trust gamers to tag games for us. They'll do our job. We don't need to worry about that. Prince, square it. Has it gone already, chat? You know, chat, has it gone already? One sec. Has it actually gone already? If I go back and then... Chat, there is someone watching the stream who works at Sports Interactive who is having to remove the hentai tag. Can we please stop adding hentai to Football Manager, please? Hello to the sport. I'm so sorry, Sports Interactive employees. That's so funny that there's no way there's not someone watching the stream, right, to have that removed so quickly. I feel sorry for them because they've probably been doing that for like weeks and I've only found out about it today. I'm a bit worried. Chat, do I need to... I tell you what I need to do. I actually need to do this. Well, firstly, save the game, because last time I changed the views, we broke the game. We need to make Collins a starter immediately. And then the change number 2 we need to do, chat, there's loads of our players with release clauses. There's loads of them with release clauses, and some of them are quite low. Like, Kiselyak's release clause of 30 million probably needs to be negotiated out. He wants a... Can we keep it flexible? Okay, good. I don't mind putting in more to get rid of the release clause. Can we make it... Oh, it's already 4 years. Oh, he's... If I'm in the Champions League, I can afford to pay players like 95,000, can't I? Chat. If I'm going to make Europe this year. I'm backing us to make Europe this year. I think getting rid of the release clauses on players... I can't afford to lose Kiselyak for like 30 million. It would be so stupid. Prince has already developed well too. He still wants a release clause. Okay. He knows I'm a big fan of his client. It would just be stupid to lose these players for their release clauses. No yearly wage rise. How much is he on currently? 35. I can probably do 65. He's very likely to get those games for Ghana, isn't he? Why have we added a load of stuff in? How about just more up front? Prince has been really good lately. Have I just got to bite the bullet and accept the fact that these players are all going to need big wage rises now that we've gone from newly promoted Premier League team to probably in Europe next year? I mean, Xerxes' contract, the £59 million release clause... If I got 59 million for Xerxes, would I take it? He's so good in FM. It's actually insane how good Xerxes is in FM. In a weird way, I wouldn't even be that upset if he went for 59 mil. Wiedrea goes is more of a concern because he's actually improved so much. Because we're in good form, a lot of these players are happy to like leave stuff up for negotiation, which is very, very kind of them. Like, I'll pay you 100 grand, but there can't be a release clause. Do you know what I mean? £100 grand, no release clause. Chat, I realise, right, there is someone from Sports Interactive watching the stream. There's no way that tag got removed. I should use this platform for good. Mr. Sports Interactive employee, if you're watching, I have an issue in Park to Prem where I'm trying to set a wage limit on players. And the options are 0, 26,000. And this is irrespective of the team you are. And when I want to limit players to, say, £1,000 a week wage and I type in 1,000, it doesn't work. Like, I can't type in values. Like, if I'm at 1,500, it goes to 0. So my only options in Park to Prem are to put it at 0 and then click repeatedly. I don't know why that's now not working. But yeah, click repeatedly all the way to 1,000, or to go up to 20. I don't know why this is really laggy now as well. But also, basically, that doesn't work. Chat, why is the game... Oh, have I found it? Why is the game gone very laggy here and the players aren't loading in the background? Chat, is the stream still live? Oh, that was... Oh, be careful. Apparently, that's doing something that it shouldn't be doing. That my PC should not be lagging there. I added in wage and then tried to type in a value, and it did not like that. But yeah, if I want to up the wages, I have to up it like £1 at a time. Oh, the game does not like you doing that. Apparently. But yeah, if I want to limit the wages to £1,000, I can either do it up or I can do it down. Now, I was doing this in Park to Prem the other day and it was fine. So the fact this is laggy here is a bit interesting. But yes, not being able to type values when you're doing a lower league save game, bit problematic, especially because how often are you filtering players by wages of more than, say, 200,000? Like, the preset should probably cap off at £200,000 for the filter and then have more granularity at the lower end. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Jack, do you know how to give a player / coach a coaching contract? I've not done it in this year's game, but it used to be a case of the staff member would be open to it. I think it's because live update because of the background. The thing is, when I was doing it in my Park to Prem save game with like a similar number of players, it wasn't that laggy. But maybe it is just that. In a weird way, it probably should just not apply the filter right until you exit out the filter screen. I need to start using spacebar, chat. I complained about spacebar not being in the game, and now it's back and I forget to use it. Okay, chat, I think we squeeze in... You know what, we'll squeeze in 2 more games today because I've got to go and record Park to Prem for tomorrow still today. And there's also like a month gap between Coventry and Arsenal. And Arsenal's a big game to start next stream. Oh, takeover? That's been rumoured for years. It's not happening. Okay, work permits for these boys is good. Why SI don't grab you for a few days just to consult on behaviour is beyond me. I mean, I'll be honest, there is certain stuff that when I had the alpha access that you guys obviously saw me make content around, I fed back on. Great example, the legacy spacebar behaviour. You know, like spacebar doing stuff differently. That was something that I flagged within 2 hours of playing the game. I was like, this is bad. Maybe that's not the most useful feedback to just go, this is bad. And I'm glad they changed it, but I'm not sure why that... Well, maybe it was getting worked on as a result of that feedback, but the fact it wasn't, we waited for a while for that. Like, stuff like that is kind of mad. Jack, have you heard the breaking news that Sky Sports will be the exclusive UK broadcaster of the Europa League and Conference League? United fans, rejoice! You might get coverage. Sorry, that's unnecessary. I'm a Liverpool fan. Let me pretend that everything's fine with football at the moment. I'll be honest, chat, and I hope fans of Conference League teams don't take offence to this, because I totally get if your team's the team in it, it's a big deal. I literally think I only ever watched the Conference League final. I don't think I've ever watched one of the other rounds of it. Obviously it clashes with the Conference League, the Europa League a lot. I just don't like the colour green. He says managing a team in yellow and green. Sorry to West Ham fans. I watched West Ham lift it all, but I was like, they're in the final. And it's weird, right? Because when Palace qualified, I was like, oh, I should watch the Palace in Europe. That'll be fun. Not watched one of their games yet. Sorry, Palace fans. I totally understand, right, if you're a Palace fan, like, why you'd watch it. You know what it reminds me of? And I don't know if this is niche. It reminds me of the old Club World Cup. Like, I can only speak for myself. When the old Club World Cup was going on, if it wasn't, like, Liverpool in it, it's very unlikely I was going to watch, like, the semi-finals. I don't think I ever watched the old quarter-finals. I wouldn't even say it's snobbery. It's just a case of I have a finite enjoyment of football. I don't like football isn't my everything. I know some people are football obsessed. Like I'd say on an average week, chat, I probably watch 8 to 10 games of football, which is probably more than most people. But for me personally, like one of my 10 games is very unlikely to be the Conference League. I felt like the old Club World Cup was one of those things where you go, oh, there's a Premier League team not playing for a few weeks if a Premier League team was playing in it. It's like, why is that happening? Oh, they're at the Club World Cup. Moko's been quality, by the way. He's absolutely forced his way into the first team. Okay, I'm already training him at right mid. What was the story behind your meme with the Miles interview? I was smiling at something he was saying, and I thought I need to read and look down at the thing, and I just went serious. And it was quite funny when it was quite funny when Matt spotted it in the edit, so he kept it in the full video and cut to me doing it. Could have just gone on Miles and it never would have seen the light of day, but it's just quite a funny clip. Yeah, Yelch has been a bit underwhelming, chat, for the money we spent on him. You know what our biggest issue is? And it's kind of ironic because Norwich could arguably have this issue in real life. Not got enough English players or homegrown at club or nation players for Europe next year. Like, Aiden Heaven might have to be signed permanently, even though we've got him on loan and we've not really used him because of that. I think in real life, Norwich have 20 foreign players in their squad. It's kind of crazy. I think they have the most foreign players in the Championship. They also have the lowest average age, I think. But yeah, I didn't really think we were going to be in Europe in Season 3, and that now feels like a real possibility and it could be a problem. Do I think Mars/SI are detached from how the core FM players actually want? So we recorded, me, Z, Ben and Kev, a round table video today, which I think comes out by the end of the week. And we talk a little bit about this. I think there is an underappreciation for what is core to certain user groups. And the significance of those features was underestimated in terms of the impact it'd have on those user groups' enjoyment. Like a great example, right, is the chalkboard, which, like, obviously that should be a goal, was like the heat maps, pass maps, and average position stuff that just isn't in the game anymore. Because I think Sports Interactive probably looked at their data and went, oh, this is only used by 1% of users. But what they didn't really account for is the fact that most custom skins between highlights allow you to access information from the chalkboard as a panel. So like WTCS, the skin always had a heat map, which was always great for like seeing average positions, how deep a team are playing, what side of teams may be trying to focus play down. And that was always pulling data from the chalkboard. And so whilst the user never had to click on the chalkboard to get to that stuff, they had access to it through custom skins. And I know not everyone uses custom skins, but like WTCS last year, just on FM Scout, had 500,000 downloads. And that's obviously not the only skin out there. Like, there are millions of people who were using custom skins, I imagine, last year. And I think there's often stuff like that where users just scan and take in information through scanning but not clicking into it. And so whilst your user information might suggest when you look at the data of who's using what, that's a great goal, that stuff's being underused, actually a lot more people are using it than you realise. By the way, Prince again involved in the build-up play. Also, why is Wiedrego taking the throw-in on the left side? Chat, why is my left mid taking the throw-in there? I'm not going to complain because we've scored, but that probably shouldn't be happening. Can you use skins this year or not? You can't, sadly. Well, there are some skins that change fonts and colours. But, like, in terms of any kind of panel work and, like, major customization, there just isn't any. Have they made the player names in matches bigger? Yes, and I don't like it, Yorkie. WTCS is the best skin today, and that's coming from a graphic designer. That's very kind of you. It's not perfect. It was always within the limitations of FM. Like, my background is in design. Tom, who was like the co-creator and the main brains of it, like he's into his design, but he's more from like I'd say a coding background. Whereas like that's a great goal by Vuskovic. I think that's his first goal. My background is I did a degree in design. I did a degree in digital design. I used to work as a marketing artist, then moved into like cinematics in video games and trailers, and then into marketing. And yeah, we really did try with WTCS to like make a great skin. I am a bit I'm worried that this comes across as like me being a bit of a tosser, chat. So I'm trying to. What I'd say, I want to say humbly, but I know it won't ever come across as humbly. But I genuinely feel like I am mind blown that no one from Sports Interactive sat down with Tom and I, or any skin creators as far as I'm aware, and just picked our brain on, you know, skinning for FM24, or what parts of our skins that people use the most and that we get the most comments about. Like, I have no doubt that some stuff from the skins was looked at. Like, the player profile screen for FM26 is very similar to WTCS, with like a bigger player picture in the top left and like the coloured bar across the top. I'm not going to pretend that's like something that we have this copyright over, that no one's ever done that before, but it is very reminiscent. But I do feel like SI missed a trick by not talking to some skinners. Like, I feel like you could have sat down with 4 or 5 the biggest skinners and just gone, you know, hey, you interact with our user interface more than anyone else. You tinker with it. Like, what is the base game currently missing that we could or should add? And again, like, I totally understand why for some people that might come across as like a bit egotistical. I guess you could argue it certainly is, but based on what's happened with this game and how the UI's been received, like it boggles my mind a little bit. And I think I could be wrong. I know for game studios, it's sometimes hard to work with like community members, because as soon as you start leveraging community members' ideas, it becomes problematic, like from a legal point of view, in terms of like ownership of ideas and what's owned by the game, although you can obviously sign stuff for that. But I don't know why Sports Interactive didn't talk to any skinners. Part of me wonders if there's this attitude of, oh, they're hobbyists, you know, it's just people who tinker with our game, like they have no background in design, without realising, like, a lot of the people who work in skinning, especially the most popular skins, literally do have a background in user interface design and know UX practices, and probably would have been kind of useful to chat to about stuff. Like, I kind of hope that's not the case, and maybe they did just look at the community skins without ever reaching out to the creators. If they score again, I'm fuming. Yeah, I find it very weird. I don't know. I kind of hope it's just the latter, but part of me does wonder if it's like a pride thing, like just kind of looking down on skinning creators and stuff. As somebody who works in game dev, there's a lot of egotistical designers that won't listen to any design from people who aren't feedback from people who aren't designers. Yeah, I mean, like, I worked in the games industry for a decade, so like I've encountered individuals like that that are very. That's a great finish. This just me. Does a Moko assist Ryan all the time? I feel like that link up happens all the time. But yeah, I worked in video games. I worked at Total War. And I know there were people at times who would basically dismiss community feedback as, oh, it's just gamers talking. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what's best for them, kind of thing. Hey, mate, how's it going? About a month ago, I created an online save with friends, but today I can't log in. The screen goes black and starts flashing. Do you know what could have happened or how to fix it? I'd make sure that you're all opted into the Steam beta if you're playing on Steam. And if you're all on the same build, I don't know. But it could be, if some of you have like stayed on the beta track and got a different build, that would cause issues. By the way, I don't know what WTCS stands for, but I always thought it's work the cocking space. So it used to, it's funny, we used to call it TCS because it was Tom's custom skin. That was how it started. So that was, Tom called it Tom's custom skin because it started off as his skin, and then I came to him and was like, hey, can we change this, and this? I'll pay you a not insignificant sum of money to do some custom tweaks for me in videos. Like for like a version that is kind of tailored for content creation and had some nice quality of life stuff and some changes that I'd like. And that was how it started. Tom did a version that was like, had some tweaks that I asked for in. And then that turned into a working relationship where for over half a decade at this point, we basically just collab on one version. Like Tom liked the ideas that I brought to the table and suggested and incorporated a lot of them into the main one. And so it became WTCS because it was just work the space and Tom's custom skin. We just added in a W because WTS, WTCS, TC. It was kind of, it doesn't really stand for anything actually in retrospect, but it's just an amalgamation of our names. Right, 4-1. That's the kind of game we should be winning. One more win against Covey, who I don't think I've won all year, and we're chilling, chat. Yeah, Coventry still haven't won a game. Chat, they are really bad. I shouldn't say that when we're about to play them. Hey chat, does the new gen mod still work on new patches, and is it the same as the setup in your vid? It is. I'm actually using a slightly different new gen face pack now. They include some female faces, but it's the exact same install process. Yeah, Coventry have conceded 100 goals in 30 games. That's actually insane. Look, I would... Chat, I don't think again, when I say this, it's going to maybe sound like a bit of an like, if someone from Sports Interactive came to me and was just like, hey, we're thinking about how we're going to redesign the skin for 27. Can you give us some early feedback? Like, I would love to be involved in that kind of conversation if they want to engage in that. Like, I get the impression that this year's skin was basically them repurposing questionable design decisions from FM25, and they couldn't rework everything that they needed to. That's like the vibe I get, and the evidence that I have for that is that on the data hub, this graph is like using the old Football Manager logo that was binned off before FM25 was announced, I think. Chat, when did the new FM Football Manager logo and stuff get revealed? I'm pretty sure it was for FM25, right, before launch. And like, this is the old FM logo, which makes me think that this specific screen has not been touched in over like 2 years. Which is kind of insane. So I do wonder if this year there just wasn't that time to engage with kind of skin creators and stuff. But I think based on how like the game launch has gone, like it'd probably be a pretty good opportunity to open up that conversation with people. Chat, is it actually? Sorry, has it returned? Has it returned? I'm so sorry. Sports Interactive employee. It's back. Teacher. I can't believe that that's a thing that is just allowed on Steam. The gamers just tag a game with whatever they want. Like, on the one hand, it's kind of funny. On the other hand, I do feel bad for whoever is watching from Sports Interactive who has to go and change that constantly. Yeah, you'd think once it gets removed, it would allow the devs to permanently remove it. Yeah. Goalie's out for 9 days to 2 weeks. They'll only miss one game because there's a month gap between this game and the next one. I mean, at least we have Bazunu. That's not a good sentence to say, but actually, I mean, as in the sense that at least we signed him. Bazunu is a bit of a meme in real life, I feel like, but he's still quite good in Football Manager. If they ever reach out, can you hammer into theirs? Their tribute polygon needs to be shown. That was part of the feedback I gave when I got the early access to do content ahead of release. Like, I don't really understand. I don't understand, chat, why this toggle here can't just make the polygon appear in this gap. I mean, I guess it's maybe supporting lots of resolution things. But like, there's so much dead space here. The notion that you couldn't just slide everything across and then have this polygon here, I don't really understand. Like, it could just be a tab. In the same way that, like, these tabs, right, like, the state of them gets saved between players. I find it mind-boggling that this doesn't get saved as a state. But, like, you have to turn it on every time if you want to use it. I know not everyone uses it. Like, it should be a tab that works like these tabs that exists here. There should also be a pros and cons tab, would be my feedback. Because I think the pros and cons are too buried here. Like, have these pros and cons, just the icons only, like the WTCS skin. Just have it as a thing where on this screen here you have the attribute polygon toggle, the player info toggle, and a pros and cons toggle. And it just shows the pros with the icons you can mouse over, and the cons, maybe you have the footiness and traits just slide down to allow the space for pros and cons. Like, that would be the first change I would do to this screen. I know if you click on, like, the stars, it goes to the pros and cons, but the way that these are displayed, where I have to scroll, the player has 12 pro, like, this is mental. We have scrolling, the whole page scrolls, chat. We have scrolling here. We have scrolling it like fucking hell. I feel like I'm playing Elder Scrolls. I'm in fucking Skyrim. There's so many scrolls. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Like, I don't understand. And it's not like there is nowhere where you can just see all the pros and cons nicely, I don't think. I feel like at one point I found somewhere it showed all the pros and cons nicely, and I've never found it again. I love scrolling, everyone. Sounds like you need AI songs to get through this pain. Absolutely not. They see me scrolling, they hating. I mean, if anyone from Sports Interactive's were watching genuinely, and I may, like, why we don't have this section here just as a toggleable panel where you can have the attribute polygon, you can have pros and cons, or have this info. I don't understand. I feel like pros and cons are a really important part of evaluating a player. Like, if a player has injury proneness or not, if they like big matches or not, if they're consistent or not. Like, that is stuff that, like, hidden attributes are in the game, right? And, like, it's like they've now taken that literally and gone, hidden attributes, we should hide them in the UI as well. I don't understand. And the bizarre thing is, chat, it's kind of funny. If you have a player that you've scouted, I'm not going to be able to find a good example now. But basically, when you scout a player, do I have a scout inbox item here for a player? The pros and cons are the big thing that's shown. If pros and cons aren't important, why do you show them over the attributes when you scout a player? Also, I don't mean to be rude. Pros, plus 6 others. fucking list the 6 others here. There's space. Motherfucker, you've got space below for the others. This screen, this is where you can see more pros and cons than anywhere else in the game. Like, why does this not exist anywhere for your own players? It's insanity. Think of the laptops. Like, this overview of players chat, this screenshot, this screen here, right, is literally better than if I go on my own players and go to their report. Why? This has less information in more space than if I go to the scout report in my inbox and click here. How have we managed that? Why does this not just exist for my own players? And it's in a smaller space. You've managed to get more info in a smaller area for other people's players than my own players. Like, I understand it can't be one-for-one shared code because what your own players have and what your other team's players have is different. What are we doing? Well, it's literally, you've made an objectively worse version for my own players. I can see 5 pros and cons, 4 cons. I can probably see 5, actually. I can see 5 of each of these at a time. I can see the star ratings, a useless graph, and a squad comparison and a grade. If I go to a scout report and click on a player, I've got the pros and cons. Look at all of them listed. That's good, isn't it? We've got the comparison to other teams. I mean, it's literally the same information in a smaller space. Probably more neatly packaged as well. In fact, it's more information because you've got all this transfer info as well. I don't even believe... I don't really buy into the idea this UI was designed for console. Like, that example there has nothing to do with console. What's happened is they've redesigned the player report screen for opposition players that you're scouting at some point, and then they've just not had the time to move it over to your own players. Like, I'll be honest, I've tried playing the game on a controller and on console. It's shit on both. Maybe shit's a bit harsh. It is equally flawed on both. The notion that this game has been designed for PC, for console and control, and that's why it's bad, it's just not true. I'm afraid it's just not true. It's just not. It's not at the time in the oven that it needed. I think it's very obvious when you look at the flaws that there's just parts of the game where they didn't have time to finish it. I don't, like, there's just some bits where I don't get it. Like, how can a scout report on an opposition player, which basically has the identical information to my own players, but, like, somehow gives me more info in less space? Like, that's got nothing to do with supporting different resolutions. It's just the designers haven't had enough time. I will say, chat, I'm kind of glad for this. There was a lot of discourse around women's football being the reason that FM25 got cancelled by certain subsects. People suggesting that, you know, they were too busy adding women to the game that they took their eye off the ball with everything else. I'm going to be fucking honest, that conversation has died rather quickly. I think it's safe to assume at this point the whole game was just shite a year ago. And it just wasn't ready. And it was never going to be ready. I mean, I said it on stream the other day just to reinforce it. I'm going to try and link the entire roundtable conversation. This is a conversation, Ben, I've had on stream a few times. Should have got me on an NDA. I feel like FM25 probably had loads of pop-ups, chat. And you know how some screens are just randomly pop-ups? My theory is they're the FM25 screens they didn't have time to redesign to make full screens. I think the entire game was pop-up central. It's like you're on a dodgy streaming site in the early 2000s. Like, by the way, Coventry haven't won a game in 30. So if we don't win this game, we are awful. I think it's Zealand's fault for asking for better graphics. Amen, USAless. Amen. How have we not scored? Are we just bad? Thing is, chat, Kev thinks the game's a 10 out of 10 game and is perfect, so you know. Casual's ruining the game. Let's blame Kev. Blame Lelujo. You know the whole thing about Miles, chat, playing the game at Christmas and realising it wasn't going to be, like, ready? And he wasn't happy with it. I'm a bit confused. Like, that was 3 months before the game was due to be out. Did he not play FM25 at some point before it was due to be out? Like, because they announced the pre-orders and stuff kind of late for it and then backtracked on it. Did he just not play the game at all until, like, September? Like, I'm a bit confused how that happened. Also, I thought he was off. He's timed his run perfectly there. We love that. Like, the fact Mars played it 3 months before it was due to be out and went, it's not going to be ready. Did he not play FM25 3 months before it was due to be out, before the first delay, and go, it's not going to be ready? Or was it just not playable then? Like, is there a flaw in my thinking there as to why that's mental? Like, if you played the game at Christmas and went, it's not going to be ready in March, surely you knew the game was coming out in October, November. You play the game July, August time and go, it's not going to be ready. Or did he play it at that point and go, this is great, we can peddle this shite? I don't... Like, I don't understand that, really. Like, part of me just assumes the game was so unplayable, they had no idea if the game was actually fun or not, or worked or not. Like, I just wonder if they hadn't actually pulled it all together to see if it worked. Oh, they've scored a goal. Chat, if we don't beat this Coventry team, who have lost every game this year, bar 4, we're bad. I want to know how many clicks it had. Oh, can you imagine? I feel like it must have just not worked. The thing is, I actually think the game's quite fun now. I'm enjoying the game chat. I know I'm not meant to. Like, I'm still getting that FM scratch. Like, itched. Like, I wouldn't go back to 24 now. Mostly because I think I played too many hours of 24. And I do think it will just get better. I'm saying that. Coventry beat me 2-1. They've not won a game all year. The game's awful. I want to refund it. Favourite improvement from the update? I really like the fact that the comparison polygons work now. I think for me that's going. Also, training for youth teams and is quite big. Twitter, no, you're a liar. True, chat. You're not allowed to say anything positive about this game. I think it's possible to acknowledge the flaws of this game and still have fun with it. I feel like, chat, maybe I've hit the point of, like, I've turned into the Joker. Like, I think almost, I'm at a point now where I've hit the point of acceptance with the state of the game, and I kind of just manically laugh anything stupid that happens. Like, and that's just how I deal with it. And maybe that's fine. Take it easy, Breezy. Yeah, chat, it's late. This is the last game of the stream. I don't want to lose it. I can't lose against Coventry. We're dropping down to 3rd. I was forecast a podium. Miles Belland or not IRL? Honestly, chat, Miles is actually a very nice bloke. I know that might be hard to believe, and in just saying that, people will now suggest that I sniff and eat his arse or something. I think there are some people that just don't come across very well when, like, through written word. Like, there's definitely times on Twitter when I reply to stuff and it comes across as more blunt than it should be. And I do sometimes think Miles says stuff that's questionable, but he's not a bellend. I hate to ruin it for everyone. He's stubborn at times. I think sometimes he's set in his own ways. But I think a lot of people can be like that. And I think sometimes when he sees criticisms of Football Manager, because it is literally his life's work for 2 decades, he struggles to not take it a little bit personally. Which, like, if you've ever worked in a creative industry and made something and then someone says they don't like it, like, and you disagree, like, that can be quite difficult. Third is still a podium, that is true, but we could still drop off if we don't get another goal. My options on the bench aren't that good this game. Right, you know what? Oscar has barely played this year. I'm bringing him back. He can't play defensive mid. But you know what? I don't need a defensive mid where we're going. His life's work from 2 decades ago, you mean? I mean, that's when he took over as head, but he was working at Football Manager for like 25 years. I think if you spend more than half your life working on something, chat, it probably counts as your life's work. I think maybe, I don't know, I think maybe Miles is out his depth. I think maybe the inexperience of Football Manager to have people high up at the studio that have worked at other game studios extensively hurt them with the switch to Unity. Maybe they took for granted how difficult it was going to be to port, or not even port, because it's not really port, but rewrite 25 years worth of work in a new engine was going to be. I think people failing at their job doesn't always make them a bad person. Like, if you ever worked a corporate job, you've had that coworker, you know, isn't very good at their job, but, like, it's not through malice. Or at least I've had that in different jobs that I've had in my life. And I think sometimes that's important to remember. Also, we're beating Coventry. Suck it, Cov. If we lose this game or draw this game, it would be embarrassing. I can see you taking some kind of major role at SI down the line and be very good at it. Would I like to? Honestly, chat, probably not. There was a point in my life when I worked at Sports Interactive when I thought, maybe I'll be here a long time. And I know there's people at the company who've been there many, many decades. But I kind of enjoyed being at the sidelines. Like, if they wanted to talk to me in a consultancy role, sure, let's chat. No, those conversations have never happened. In fact, no, that's not true. They did once happen 8 or 9 years ago. I met up with the head of comms and the head of, well, would have been head of comms and community? I don't know what one of the guys' roles was, but one of the guys is now the like head of the whole marketing stuff for SI. And we sat down with them and discussed, it was Ben and I, we went to Bodine's, which is a barbecue place 8 years ago, basically talked to him about the state of the Football Manager community then. And there's never been a follow-up since. Also, great comeback, boys. Oscar assist, by the way. He didn't even acknowledge that. I think there is more of a willingness. Well, I think there will be more of a willingness off the back of this launch and the community outrage. I say outrage. Is outrage the right word? I guess it kind of is. The community reaction. I think there'll be a desire from Sports Interactive to try and engage with the community more and try and maybe get a better finger on the pulse. Because I think in retrospect now they would say I'd like to say they feel like they don't maybe understand their audience as well as they did. Also, chat, someone subbed to the stream and I forgot to thank them and my activities isn't working. Could someone tell me who it was? Because I can't scroll through the chat on the multi-stream thing I've got. So I've missed who it was. Oh no, I can see it. It's Daniel F. 60 months and I've just 5 years and that's the thank you get. I'm an awful person. Daniel, I hope you're well, mate. Thank you so much for the 5 years. Is it 5 years? Yeah, 5 years? 60? Yeah, 5 years. 5 years. That's mad. I appreciate you a lot, mate. Thank you. Be right back writing a Reddit thread about how barbecue 8 years ago ruined the franchise. Facts, chat. Facts. I think it's SI's fault for being a little bit too overly data-driven by data. Like one of the reasons for not improving international management soon is because no one uses it, but that's because it's not been touched in forever. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that. How old will I be in 5 years? I'll be 37. Yeah, I definitely think Football Manager have a bit of a thing where they're kind of quite data-driven, but they don't really think about the why behind the data. Also, I need to save out a new best 11. I think Collins is in it, you know. What was Collins' ratings before his loan ended? Because for some reason the loan has reset his numbers. It wasn't even that good. Is it just because defenders not get good ratings in FM at the moment? I feel like centre-backs very rarely get good ratings. I've really not used Aiden Heaven as much as I thought I would, but I do wonder if I should just be exercising the buy now price on him. Do DMs not get good ratings anymore? What have my DMs got? I mean, the thing is, right, a lot of DMs now don't just play DM, do they? They do step up, so it's a bit weird. Like, Kiselyak's ratings are quite good, but he's also playing as a centre mid. Yeah, chat. Whenever I click on the fixture schedule, it takes me to the match thing unless I hit back and forward. Oh, that didn't fix it either. Okay, if you click the fixtures from the bookmarks, it doesn't take you to the fixture screen. But if you then go on and off it, it fixes it. Is that the bug? That's a fun bug, isn't it? That's an extra 2 clicks until the next patch. How did we afford Wiedrego? How much did I pay for Wiedrego? He was transfer listed at the end of Season 1. He hadn't really played for Leipzig. We got him for 26 million. He played 2 games in the whole first season. That's actually mad that the AI didn't use him more, but we swept in to save the day. I will fix him, chat. I will fix him. Well, I feel like we already have, to be fair. Wait, chat. Should we end the stream today? First season in the Prem, just stop the count. If I win the league in the first season in the Prem, does that just kill the save? Probably. I mean, everyone else has got games in hand, so which they're probably going to win. Who have I got left to play? To be fair, I've still got Man City, Arsenal and Man United to play. I've got Preston and Nottingham Forest and Villa. I mean, none of those are easy games. I don't think we're winning the league. Haven't played F26 since the first week of the beta. How much better is the game now? You know what? That's really hard to judge because I feel like there has actually been lots of little granular improvements. And if you were someone who had loads of crashes and loads of freezing, all that stuff's been fixed, but I never experienced that. Like, I've seen a lot of discourse around, like, the halftime freezing and, like, crashes. Chat, I barely had any crashes or freezings during the alpha or even the beta. To the point where people were asking in the first few streams that we did if I was on a different build because my game wasn't crashing, which is kind of mad. But, is it bad? I mean, if your biggest issues were stability, yes. If your biggest issues were all the features missing, like stuff like saving team selections is back, the spacebar old behaviour is back. But it's not like a radically different game. They did do some changes, Ignite, to the loading screens, like in preferences, detailed interface. Is it interface or audio and visual? They made it so you can turn off the animations between screens and also set it to faster. For some reason, even if you untick these, this option also makes a difference. But if you're annoyed with the annoying popping out before, like, this is now all super snappy. I think this does... Does this depend on your PC specs? Like, obviously, mine is very responsive now. But if people on laptops, is this still a bit laggy at the top? Like, I don't know. I've not tried it, so I don't know. Or if you turn off the transitions, does it just make it better all the time? Because, like, for me, it's just snappy. It's just instantaneous. But I think if you're on an older machine, you'll still have a bit of loading. I have an old laptop, chat. I really should try the game on it and just see how it runs. I think they have optimized the UI a little bit and improved the stuff a lot. I need to start playing Saba more if I can as well. Unless I'm going to train him to play left mid. Right, chat, you know what? I'm doing all this waffling. I literally can't go to bed because I need to record tomorrow's Park to Prem video. And it is gone midnight already. yeah, if you've not been watching the YouTube series, though, please, please, please go watch it. We've had 4 episodes drop this week already. Really, really fun. And yeah, today's been fun with the streaming as well. We've had a really, really good set of results overall, I think. There was a bit of a wobble at one point. I mean, yeah, 2 defeats, but we've gone on to win some pretty emphatic games. That Newcastle result's great. Yeah, Park to Prem every day, midday. Just a reminder as well, there's a weekend upload this week of it, and also the Egypt video going up over the weekend. So there's videos literally every day at the moment. In terms of streams, I'm hoping to do a stream probably Saturday, probably Sunday, like one of those 2 days. Not sure yet. I'll try and let you guys know ahead of time on Twitter, and I will apologise for the fact streams were a little less frequent at the start this week, largely just down to starting the new YouTube series. But yeah, we've got a month off from games now. We're going to have our youth intake coming up, so we'll save that for next stream as well. Was our youth intake preview any good? Average intake. Maybe a good striker. That's the reason to come back for the next stream. Right, chat, I'm waffling. I'm going to love you. I'm going to leave you. Appreciate you all hanging out and showing some support. Glad the patch is kind of moving the game in a good direction some more. Now I need to go do a pre-season transfer special of Park to Prem. It's going to be a good fun one. I'll see you for that at midday. Assuming I got it out on time. I'm going to have a very late night tonight.